Welcome. You find yourselves in the town tavern. Through the typical calm pierces an unfamiliar voice. It sings news of a nefarious power. A bard to herald a call to all who would answer. Seek out this villainy and destroy it. To succeed is to achieve everlasting glory and riches beyond imagining. To fail is to lose everything. Will you answer the call?
Fuck it.
Welcome. You find yourselves in the town tavern. Through the typical calm pierces an unfamiliar voice. It sings news of a nefarious power. A bard to herald a call to all who would answer. Seek out this villainy and destroy it. To succeed is to achieve everlasting glory and riches beyond imagining. To fail is to lose everything. Will you answer the call?
Fuck it. we are live. Hello.
Hello. Welcome to episode 11 of
Yes.
of season 2 of WovenRealm. Tonight we celebrate Admin Sam's birthday.
Woo!
That's me!
Yay.
Everyone's legally obliged to be here.
That is true.
Yes.
If you're not here, we are calling the feds. Sam, we're going to let you talk a little bit about the fundraiser too.
Yeah, thanks so much for joining, everybody. Today, to help celebrate my birthday, we are going to be donating all proceeds from subs and bits to the channel to one of my favorite nonprofits, Able Gamers, which is a charity dedicated to helping disabled gamers get accessible gaming equipment, which is never covered by insurance, very, very, very expensive, and is a cause really close to my own, disabled gamer heart. So it would really mean a lot if you're able to donate. If not, that's still awesome. Just having you hang out and lurking and watching, it helps, put the word out a little bit, and that is really wonderful and helpful. And it's just real nice to have y'all here for my birthday.
Yay!
Frankly, this is my third birthday in isolation for COVID as a disabled high-risk person, so it's very nice to have some company for a good cause tonight. So just want to say thanks to everybody for coming, and to my castmates and admins for letting me to do this event. It means a lot. I love you all.
Love you too.
Love you too. If you want cake, you're gonna have to get it yourself. I can't email cakes yet.
Here.
Nice.
pretty
Yeah,
cool.
we can't email cakes yet. We'll get there.
That's
Working
okay.
on
I actually have an amazing spouse and sister, and I have 2 cakes waiting for me.
Fuck yeah, 2
Yeah.
cakes.
Cake is like my favorite food too, so this is a good day for Sam.
This is a
That's a
great
good
day
day.
for Sam, and you know how you can make it better? By donating.
Oh snap! Your donations can also have an impact on the game tonight. We've got a little donate panel with like how many bits can do what for various characters and stuff. Like you can donate a crit to a player character, or an enemy if you hate us, or like a full rest up. It's possible you could even donate to get like a cameo from one of your favorite characters from an old series. So check it out over in our Twitch panels if you're interested.
All right, thank you so much. With that out of the way, we'll do a quick recap. So the party had been sorry, I kind of don't have a voice tonight, by the way. So our party had traveled to the city of Hex, which is a city inside of basically a pocket dimension inside of Everencia. They were investigating the Grimstone problem. Grimstone they found out to be the scales of the late Agora, who basically shed her scales when she passed away, and now they encourage negative feelings and feelings of malice towards other people. And those Grimstones started showing up inside of the town of Briar. And so the party tracked it to Hex and figured out that Grimstones are native to Hex. And when they got there, the whole city was lined with Grimstone. And it was probably not super great. So they started checking it out. Lots of weird stuff happened. They found a little kid. They kind of adopted the kid. Then they kind of abandoned the kid. It's a mess. And then
The dog's watching the kid.
yes, it's true.
Yeah, that's true. Ida stayed behind to watch our lizard kid.
Gotcha. There's also
We're
I just don't need,
responsible.
Don't need Hex CPS coming on us right now.
they don't have that, so it's all good. Hex is not a nice place if you haven't gathered. And then basically Fenris was lured out by a vision of a former significant other. Is that fair to say? And,
That is fair to say.
Okay, thank you. And was mistaken, as it was just an illusion, as several members of what's being called the Silver Hunt and Vilemaw, their leader, and an old friend of Fenris's named Frowns was ambushing him. So the party fought through that. As they were at the end of that, they met an ill-fated half-vampire, half-human, basically, named Cassia Mercy, who dragged them into her home and met an eclectic bunch. At the very end of this, Eerie the Horned One showed up and uncursed Verwin. And Verwin was actually an elf, not a cat the whole time.
Whoa.
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 Shocking.
And so that is right where we left off, but we are going to pick right up tonight and get into the next thing. So let me pull up my notes here really quick. we're just going to get right into things. So, as you're sitting in the Mercy Manor, Cassia's home, your vision starts to grow fuzzy, and sound around you appears muffled. You see Cassia rush to your side and hear her say, "Are you okay? What's going on?" But it sounds like she's speaking to you from underwater. Your vision quickly fades and the scenery changes. The walls of the Mercy Manor are ripped apart thread by thread, stone by stone, and replaced with a stone courtyard. 2 statues of hooded reapers stand parallel in the courtyard. In between the 2 statues, an ominously large archway leads into what you have to assume is a mausoleum. The door swings open as you gather your bearings. After your reality was ripped apart in front of your eyes, you turn around to check the rest of your surroundings, and instead of city streets, you see nothingness. A black, empty void. Though above you, the pale gray moon still stands resolute. So I will leave it up to y'all at this point to do what you will here. But you have been transported, basically.
Is it time to fight the moon?
The moon! But we're still inside. It's just like outside, there's nothing. We're in a courtyard.
Yep, you're just in like a stone courtyard, and you look back, and it's just like the void, just like emptiness. There's no like city streets anymore.
Does the architecture look like it did in Hex or anywhere else we've been?
Yeah, you lean down and you kind of touch the ground a little bit, and it is still made of brimstone, so you can assume that it's in Hex.
Okay. I think Oleander just sort of looks around for a minute and is just like, "Oh, well, this is new. Does anyone know where this is?"
I'm like standing up because the table is no longer on top of me. No, this is not something that is regular for me either. Can't decide what my accent is today, apparently.
Who am I?
I would like to do some sort of, I don't know, like a nature check almost to kind of gather, like, what kind of, what fuckery is afoot.
What fuckery is afoot? Yeah, go ahead and roll with some.
I'd like to roll for shenanigans.
All right, that's a, 15. That still wasn't a great roll, though.
So, recently you were tricked by an illusion, Fenris, and this feels different. You reach down and you can touch the actual place you're at, as if like an illusion, your hand would just pass through it.
All right.
So you know that you've physically been transported by something powerful enough to transport, which is kind of illegal, by the way, 5 people to a spot.
Yeah, so Fenris is like using all of his senses, you know, like kind of sniffing around and make sure it's like there's been an actual change in like air pressure and like the background radiation of smell. And he just kind of looks at the group and, "We're definitely in a different place. Whatever that was actually portal magic. We should be cautious."
Chris, is anything about the architecture or any of the symbols here, or maybe the statues, is it at all familiar?
So there's 2 statues, and they're both like hooded Grim Reapers, essentially. And you take a look at both of them, and their wings are somewhat familiar to you. They look like Fae a little bit.
Never a good sign.
Probably not. They're not like demonic wings, and I'm not gonna say they resemble yours, but they're more like yours than like a demon's would be, I guess.
So, we're in a courtyard, you said?
Mm-hmm.
Is there a building, or is it just these statues?
And between the statues is like an archway leading into what looks like kind of like a mausoleum.
Mausoleum. Is there any writing anywhere?
No writing, which is strange.
Can Oleander roll like a, I don't know, dead check to see, because if this is a mausoleum, like, can I sense any sort of undead or weird spirit shenanigans happening?
A dead check. Yeah, go ahead.
Dead check.
Roll an intelligence check for your dead check.
Can I use my death becomes her background?
Yeah, I think that's appropriate.
Can I check for magic shenanigans?
Sure. Intelligence. Magic check.
Magic.
25. Birthday
25.
roll.
Hell yeah. Oleander, you sense that there is 3 dead bodies inside of the mausoleum.
Okay.
So you're able to like see like 3 like forms of decaying energy basically that are somewhat recent.
Okay, but not like moving, right? Not undead, just dead.
Yeah,
Dead.
just real
Okay.
dead, not undead.
Dead for real, real.
Real dead. And Verwin, what did you roll?
Nat 1.
Ooh.
I don't know
Lord.
what my name is.
That's
it
a
also
birthday shot.
explains
Still got a cat brain a little bit.
Rip.
definitely have a cat brain. I couldn't figure out my accent earlier. Like it's just all coming
You know, in
together.
your defense, you're from 6,000 years ago, so you know
That's
you're going through a
true.
lot right now.
Yeah, what do
A
you
lot has happened in the past week, okay?
That is like such a huge time scale. That's really just mind-boggling if you like try to think too much about it.
Yeah, no,
Right.
because like here I am like explaining to Kate, your character does not know what vampires, werewolves, or demons are. They were not around when you were alive. Like that's so weird to think about.
She'll learn.
Eventually.
Already, we've met like all of those.
Yeah, that's true. Probably all.
Yeah, it's just really interesting to be like, so looking at my characters like staring at a goddamn alien.
Like several times over. What is that? What is that? What is that?
Ooh, birthday crit for
Oh, Sam,
Oleander.
you got
Thanks,
a birthday
Nymeria.
Hey.
Thank you.
Heck
Thanks,
yeah.
Nymeria. Thanks again, everyone, for coming. It's so nice to see so many familiar names in the chat.
Yeah.
Tusker cast birthday party.
Aw,
If people didn't see.
Tusker.
The Emerald Caravan's one big birthday party.
That's
We're
true.
a book club.
We are a book club now. It's
We are
official.
a book club. Man.
All right,
All
so
right. Yeah, I'm gonna get really sidetracked tonight. So you all
Sisterhood
keep
of the
going.
Traveling
it's gonna
Book Club.
happen.
No,
Fenris
I'm-
is just gonna
me
kind of
too.
just like instinctively, the sword's already out. He's already getting it lit up with flames. Just all right, I already know. We've been doing this for quite a bit now, and I think I'm starting to catch on to these games.
There are, it looks like 3 dead bodies just on the other side of the doors here. They seem kind of recent.
I can take a look. I'll go into fox form,
Okay.
my scout beast form, and I'll work my way into the mausoleum stealthily.
Yeah, absolutely. So you, the door is kind of cracked open, so you're able to get in there pretty easily, and you see that there's no writing, no insignias. It feels intentional at this point, and there are 9 like inserts. I don't know what to call them, like indents in the wall where you'd slide a coffin into, just like a mausoleum. And there's 3 on one wall, there's 3 on the other wall, and then there's 3 on the wall in front of you. And 3 of them, or I'm sorry, 6 of them are empty with open lids, and 3 of them are closed, presumably full. The ones that Oleander had told you about. So that's kind of what you got.
Can you talk to us when you're a fox?
I can like growl at you, like I can like
Okay.
growl out, like I can technically talk, but like they explain it like you're growling in a way where it's like rah, 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 and, like you
Like
understand
Morse
it.
code growls.
It's kind of like Wookiee from my
One
understanding.
growl for yes.
Stamp your
Close to a
feet
hype
for yes.
train, by the way.
Choo choo.
Hey, hype train.
Yeah,
Keep
if
it
we get a hype
going.
train, we'll do a heartbeat dice giveaway at the
Oh.
end of the stream.
Oh,
Oh, I forgot I set it up to say "Oh beans" when we get the hype train.
hey.
It's been a while since we've had one.
Aw.
Thank you,
There
y'all.
we go.
Sorry, Chris. I got totally
No,
sidetracked.
no,
by the
no. I
donation
did too.
stuff.
Yeah.
So what am I seeing?
So
Proceeding.
you have 9 coffins. Basically, 6 of them are open and empty. 3 of them are closed and full.
Do I like sense any like life? Like with my fox ears, do I hear, them like any thumping around in there? Do I smell any heebie-jeebie stuff?
Fenris, what do your
Nope.
fox ears hear?
Nothing going on. You do smell the smell of death and decay that you have smelled several times in your life, so you can presume maybe there's nothing funky going on. Oleander also probably did say, hey, they're not undead, I'm assuming, but
Okay.
Yeah.
Don't want to
I'll
put
add that.
words in Fairmouth. So.
Now,
No, not undead yet. I just sort of call after him.
so fun fact: gray foxes are actually very proficient climbers. So Fenris is gonna climb up into these get a look into these empty coffins, see what's going on here.
Wait,
empty ones?
Fenris, can you read as a fox?
Yeah, you
Right.
have like all your mental faculties still. You're
Cool.
just
I wasn't
an
sure if
animal,
sometimes
yeah.
it changes. Are any of the tombs labeled?
Ooh, that's a good question. Yeah,
No,
are any of the
there
tombs
is-
labeled?
There is absolutely no writing in here. It almost feels intentional at this point as you're kind of looking around.
Okay. And is there like a back door out the mausoleum, or is it just the mausoleum where we're at?
So as you're kind of snooping around, you accidentally like step and press a stone down, and a circular staircase under it opens downwards into
All
the
right.
depths.
I'll poke my foxy head back out and just give it like a little yip or something to let them know, like, get over here.
Oh, we 100% at that hype train.
Ooh. Hey, Glistam, thank you
Let's
for the
go.
gifted subs.
Hey.
Thank you, Glistan.
Hey.
Woo! All right.
I
I
guess
know how much
better
those
find
gift subs
those
go
heartbeat
for.
dice.
Do you want to give a
Yes,
free?
we gotta dig them out.
So do you want to give a free? Glistam, I'll let you decide if you want to give a free full rest up to the party or the enemies at some point in this session.
Look,
For the
I know which
5
one I
gift
would
subs,
pick.
actually, we have a thing where they can name an NPC.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, there it is. Sorry, I
Ooh.
didn't see that.
Yeah.
Name an NPC.
Absolutely.
So, yeah.
You know, be respectful.
Dick face,
Please.
bend over.
Actually, I kind of want that.
Look, I mean, I support Bodie McBoatface.
Yes.
Bodie McBoatface.
Flannel Boxing Day.
Look, that is such a good name. Adventure
Oh my
Time has
God.
some amazing, ridiculous names.
Honestly.
But yeah, just put in the chat what you would like your NPC name to be.
Woven
Yeah,
McWoven.
Sick wolf.
My realms be woven.
Of the Briar McWoven realms.
All right, Chris, just drop this bad guy on us.
Yeah,
Just kill us. It's
this almost doesn't feel right to say tonight, but it's there's a long thing. Do you want me to just read it? Are we
Do
just
it.
Yeah, go
Yeah,
ahead.
go
Get,
ahead.
get that shit
Do
read.
it.
All right.
We'll
It's
be good.
5-second cutscene. Ready? As you descend the spiral staircase, you pass through giant circular domed rooms. White chalk marks lines tally the entire ceiling. Thousands turn into millions, turn into billions of small white chalk tallies. The white marks stand out against the black and gray stone like cresting waves in the ocean. You realize as you pass by the third dome that the entire domes are made of this deep grimstone. The stairs stop. A long hallway with a mural along the ceiling begins. The mural begins with pictures of towns and cities, neighbors arguing on their front porch. The mural progresses. The arguments evolve into royal folks from many kingdoms disagreeing as they turn red in the face, screaming at one another across the war room. The mural evolves as the same royals ride out into battle. Battles from all across the history of both worlds. The wars break up into 9 separate lines across the mural. Each mural traces to a figure. Each line has a name at the base. The wolf, the misled, the conqueror, the absolved, the vile, the ill-fated, the tyrant, the talon, and the collector. As you follow through the decades of death and conflict, you watch as the 9 lines once again converge in a figure, a symbol of a steel gauntlet. The gauntlet has claws attached to the end of each outstretched finger. As you reach the end of the mural, you open... God, I'm sorry. As you reach the end of the mural, in front of you, another door opens. The hallway behind you seems to shrink, and you are pushed into the new chamber. A stone slate 100 feet long, a pit of black nothingness sits on each side of you. A figure stands on the slate, a feminine figure dressed in full black and gray plate mail, entirely made of grimstone. A jagged long sword at her hip, a full helm pulled over her eyes. Deep eye slits allow you to see nothing of her face. A cape with the clawed gauntlet symbol sits on her back. Your vision moves down to her gauntlet claws at each and the newly found symbol of war. She mutters one simple line to you all. You've been looking for me.
We have? Oh,
Constance, as you talk, Constance, she like holds out one of her like gauntleted clawed hands and just like has a grimstone in her hand and just crushes it and just like blows the dust towards you all.
don't like that. Okay.
Holding my breath.
Yeah, me
Don't
too.
need to breathe.
Yeah, just
Yeah, fun reminder, Olander does not actually need to breathe. So
Pull up
Yes.
plaid
That matters.
scarf,
That's very good, yeah.
pulling up
Yes.
the plaid scarf over the face.
She smirks at you all as you kind of like almost amused by your like petty defenses. And she says again, "You want me to leave your small city alone, but yet you've come to my city and won't leave mine."
I'd like to roll an N95 check.
Pass.
Would like to roll a quarantine check.
5 would we be looking for you?
She drops the Grimstone. She says, "Someone had to figure out how to wield these. If I didn't take it, someone else would."
What do you mean wield? Are you the one responsible for the stone appearing in Everencia?
And she laughs and she says, "You think it's just Everencia? It's cute, really."
It is what we know.
"And you," and she points to Azara, "you've come to avenge your ancestor. The moon is no match for me, dear." And you look at her sword and it already has blood across it.
I'm sorry. Who are you?
She looks out at all of you and she says, "I'll move on from Briar. You've seen me anyways, but you'll have to make up for it. The energy it builds inside of me with your own blood." And she draws her sword and just starts walking pointedly towards you. I need everybody to roll initiative.
Who are you?
Oh shit. Oh shit.
It's my turn to roll shit for initiative. Fuck.
Birthday roll!
Birthday roll.
Unnatural 20.
12.
8.
It's a natural odd if that matters for initiatives yet.
Not yet. Thank
Okay.
you.
This ain't Traveler. You can't die in character creation.
This isn't Cobalt 8, my babies.
Jeez.
My
I
dice
think there's a
roller is not
Traveler
being
too.
nice to me tonight. We'll see what happens.
Oh, my token didn't upload.
Thank you for all of the
Lied to
bit
you.
donations,
No.
y'all.
Oh, choo choo. Thanks for the choo choo train. I do like choo choo trains.
Yeah. We're gonna
26.
give away more dice for each hype train, so.
Ooh,
Sorry.
Arcadia. I like that for a name. Glistam's
Yeah.
throwing the name Arcadia in there. Fun fact, Arcadia
Got it.
is also one of the heavenly realms in this setting, so it would make a lot of sense as a name. It's kind of like when people name their kids Heaven or that silly shit where they name it Heaven backwards.
Aw, Heaven. Dead winner.
Aw.
How
Let me
many
find
of
a
us are
token
named
and then
after
I'll
dead
get,
Bible
get
dudes?
that going.
Dead Bible Dude
Alex-
Squad.
Alex literally just asked me, "Do you want me to do the token?" And I'm like, "Nah, I got it." And then I lost it.
And then I
Oh, this is the
said you
perfect
did.
time, Chris, I would say, for Izara. In your
Oh, yeah.
amongst your possessions, ever since you have delved into the Severed Hand, the ancient Alfenheim Empire fortress, you have come into possession of one of the legendary Steam Blades, a curved sword, kind of very much similar in build to a katana almost, or if it was like combined with a scimitar, it's fucking weird. It jumps to life as Verwin comes under threat from this strange figure. The dull well, it wasn't dull after you had it silvered, but the dull gray of the handle almost springs to life as like it looks like these green metallic plants begin wrapping around the handle. The handguard becomes this beautiful purplish violet red rose, and then like it kind of just like these vines kind of grow up around the sword and sprout little leaves, and it just kind of automatically unsheathes itself and just flies naturally into Verwin's hands. And Verwin, you would remember this sword from your youth. Your father, Laral Artel Cassier, was very adamant that you would carry on the old elven tradition of blade dancing. This is your sword that you enchanted yourself, as per tradition. This is the Blade of Spring. It's listed in the items under Izara. I'll transfer it over to you.
I'm so excited.
And due to Izara previously having it silvered, it still will do good shit, like good against lycanthropes.
Hell yes. I'll just look over at Azara and be like, huh. Thank you. And then I'll get ready. Get like
You're
an
welcome.
informal like fencing pose. I won't do that. But I do get ready.
Okay, so sorry, I was not getting everyone's initiative when you were saying them. So,
It's all good.
Verwin initiative,
15.
Oleander,
I got
20.
funnies.
20. Oh, I wrote 19 somehow. Okay, this is
Close enough.
interesting. Here's 0
Same thing.
enter. Jesus, Fenris.
I put mine in already.
Okay, thank
We're
you.
having a
Constance.
night.
12.
12, big 12.
Big
Azara.
12.
26.
Holy Azara.
Whoa.
That's funny. The cleric.
Eh.
Oh no, Apollyon, what are you doing to me?
What spells do I have?
Okay, so as Apollyon, well, you don't know her name, but as Apollyon draws her sword, she is not carrying a shield like she is on the Roll20 map. But she just has one jagged long sword in one hand and her clawed gauntlet on the other hand. And she beckons you forward as she looks deadly. So Azara, you are up first.
I'm going to use my Invocation of Life. And I'm going to cast Bless on Verwin, on Fenris, and on Constance.
Okie doke.
You guys get 1d10 temporary hit points and a +1 attack bonus until the end of the battle.
Fantastic. Anything else?
I think that's all I can do.
Perfect. You know your character better than I do. Oleander, you're up next.
Oh, sorry. I thought I was muted while I was typing. That was probably loud.
Nope, didn't hear shit.
All right, good. I feel less bad then. So it was like one of those times where I was like, I did the opposite that I thought I did. Whatever. So I'm going to. This already looks serious, so Oleander's just not gonna waste any time. She's gonna put out her hand again, and just like the other night, her eyes are gonna darken, and the shadows are gonna like crawl off of her arm to pool in front of her and form a ghoul that's just gonna sort of rise from the shadowy tendrils that her own necromancy forms and just start shambling its way over to this person and make its attack. Because that's my main action, and then the ghoul goes immediately after. Shit, that's it's only a 14 to hit. I'm guessing that's not gonna be it.
Does not hit. You are correct. I'm sorry. You watch as the ghoul shambles up and just tries to scrape at her, and she just cuts both of its hands off in one like swoop, and they just kind of grow back because ghoul. But
I'm just like, oh, okay, well, this is going to go great then. And then just for funsies, for a free action, I'm gonna summon Apollyon into my hand. So Oleander just sort of puts out her free hand again, and just like the other night when Fenris was attacked a few nights back, Fenris, a big long sword of like shining sunshine is gonna just sort of materialize in her fair hand.
badass.
Yeah.
All right, Verwin, you are up next.
Okay. It's so nice having my sword back in my hand. It feels like it's been a lot longer. It's really only been like 4 days for me. But it's also been about 6,000 years. So, you know. I don't know who this person is. I don't know why they're significant. I just know that the people who saved me are having issues with them. So fuck this person. So I am going to cast... Wait. Come here. My beautiful, beautiful magic. Where are you? There you are. Okay. I am going to cast Flying Blade. Okay, so I need to roll. Or no, excuse me. Intelligence plus level. I'm a smarty though.
Easy.
E. And I'm sorry, do I use the base number or the modifier for that?
What does the spell do? I'm sorry.
No, you're fine.
You use the modifier, but I was just...
Modifier, okay. I'm basically just throwing my sword. But it's except I'm not. It does the whole Thor thing, but the sharp end.
Whoa.
So
That's
which one are you
badass.
using?
Flying blade.
Okay, does that deal thunder damage?
It does.
Okay, you need
No.
if you read your sword, your fancy blade of
Oh,
spring,
Yes.
you get to add an additional die of damage to any blade spells that deal thunder or lightning damage. For example, 2d8 would become 3d8, so on and so forth.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So let me go back to this. So intelligence plus level versus AC. What is their AC?
22.
Nope.
All right.
But even with a miss, it's 2d6 thunder damage plus that extra d6, so that's 3d6 thunder damage.
Nice.
Uh, so let me roll that real quick. 3d6. That is 12 points total.
12 points of thunder damage. So as the sword is like spinning towards her sideways, she just knocks it out of the trajectory with her own sword, and then just like the booming noise of that as the two blades hit just stuns her from the back for a second, and her head rings inside of her little metal helmet. It's probably not super fun.
I'll just summon my sword back and be like, I don't know who you are, and I don't like you.
She doesn't like you guys either.
She doesn't even know me, bitch.
And it is her turn next, which is super fun. Okay, so the only one on her is the ghoul, so she's gonna take just a hack at the ghoul.
Sure.
You watch as she digs her clawed gauntlet into the neck of the ghoul and just uses her other hand with the long sword to just swipe at the neck as well. Oh shit, that's a natural 20.
Oh yeah, I mean that'll hit.
Yeah. Well, I didn't want you to find out her power level this early in the fight, but that's 44 points of damage.
Damn.
Fuck!
I mean, well, that's with the crit too.
That's a crit,
But
yeah.
that's good to know.
Thanks.
Against
Yeah.
who?
My
The ghoul.
ghoul.
Oh, okay.
Which is definitely enough to destroy a summoned, mook or whatever. So,
Fantastic.
but it is an undead, so she gets whacked with 3 points of holy damage.
Nice. I will write that down. Yeah, so
Take
you
that.
watch, like I described, she like digs her gauntlet claws into the neck and just takes the other sword and just chops it off at the head, and it just erupts into a holy blast, and she's just slowly walking towards you all with her sword out through this blast. And she will get up to the front of you.
GM, I would like to use my general feat monster lore. I would like to ask, once per battle, I can ask the GM one question about the creature's mechanics, and you have to answer truthfully, motherfucker. So,
Is it a rule that you have to use this ability with that voice? Because I know it is now.
Yeah,
You
like,
gotta
that's
push up the
canon.
glasses too.
little
Yes.
rules lawyer, you have to tell me things now.
I cast legend lore.
It's actually a really fun general feat. I really like it. It's a very nice, flavorful feat. It makes sense for someone like Fenris. So I'm gonna ask: is the PD or MD higher on this Apollyon figure? And you
The
can describe
PD
it how
is-
you want.
So you look at her defense, and you see this full plate mail suit of armor, and you see how fast she is on her feet. You would assume that the mental defense is lower, and that is the case.
All right, hit her with spells.
Somebody torture.
All my spells target physical defense.
Uh-oh. And that's her whole turn, thankfully, was destroying the ghoul. So, Constance, you are up next as she just is face to face with you at this point, as she slowly walks up.
Yeah, I'm gonna activate my halo first of all, and then I'm going to smite. That is a 22 to hit.
That is her AC. Yep, that hits.
Yay! Good to know. And then 20 smite damage.
20 smite damage. And is that holy damage with smite?
It is.
It is.
All
okay.
of my damage is holy.
All of it.
It is. It says so right here.
That's pretty dope. All right.
Excuse me, it says in the book.
In the book, it says all of my attacks are holy, so I can do no wrong.
Amazing.
Probably. I don't know.
Do you want to
Probably.
describe how that looks?
Yeah, it's like a baseball bat, just full on swinging, and got a home run, I think,
Fuck
or
yeah.
at least a couple bases.
That's at least a double. So you just you just kind of smack her across the shoulder, and it ricochets off her armor up to her head, and her helmet kind of goes sideways for a minute, and she just slaps it back with her paw. Anything else for you?
No, that's it.
All right, Fenris, you are up next.
All right. Fenris is going to summon into his hand a familiar looking bow at this point, the elk antler bow. And when he draws an arrow, he shoots it. And instead of arrows, the little fairy fire moths fly towards Apollyon. And I'm going to be casting fairy fire.
Cool.
It's level, yeah, because we don't have proficiency bonuses in this.
I'm so lost.
16 versus PD. Natural even.
That does not hit against PD.
All right, she's gonna be vulnerable until the end of my next turn still, though.
Very
So the
cool.
little moths try to bury, and I imagine she just kind of swats them, but the last one just hits. So I'm still gonna roll damage too. But I'm gonna be doing half damage instead because I like how this game doesn't make it feel like I just burned a whole spell for nothing to happen.
Yeah. It's very good.
4 points of damage, fire, if type matters.
Yep, that's good.
And
yeah,
then-
and you sorry,
oh.
go ahead.
And then I was gonna just charge her, so Constance isn't fighting her alone.
Okay. All right.
I can take it. I'm invincible.
Heyo.
You said it.
That's the meme. All right, so the die kicks up to 1 here. Escalation die, top of the order, and Azara, you are back up next. She's on fire, face to face with Constance and Fenris, and it's hard to see through the fire now what's going on.
I'm going to cast Bless for broad effect. Sorry, not Bless. Shield of Faith. Fenris, Constance, and Beerwin, are you going to be getting into melee?
At some point, probably, yeah.
And Beerwin, you get a +1 to your AC.
Hey, thank you.
And then I'm going to use my Invocation of Healing.
Alrighty, statuses have been updated. If you need a refresher of what's on you.
Yeah.
Cool. Perfect. Anything else?
What does that do again, real quick for me?
+1 to AC.
Dope. Cool.
That's it.
Dope. Oleander, you're up next. You're watching this all unfold real time as you sit in the void, watching this happen.
Yeah. I don't like this person. I'm gonna fucking A. I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna use one of our donated crits. 'Cause birthday. Oh yeah, the Aether Gauntlet. Thank you for the reminder. That's for if Olander's in melee though, and she's a real fucked if we get that far. But I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna use my free crit to first level Unholy Blast this person. So that's 46 damage.
Say 46 or okay, never mind.
46.
Yeah, I heard you roll.
46.
Holy.
So that's gonna be 32 negative energy damage.
Still close. Yeah, so you just you want to describe how that looks?
Yeah. So the same way that Olander's shadow veins sort of creep down her fingertips and hands happens again, but this time it's the bolt that she fires, it has the same sort of negative energy that it usually does with her necromancy spells, but there's this sort of inner golden glow to it, and it's this jagged bolt that hits this person, Apollyon, like square in the chest, and for like a minute, kind of the same way that her wave of decay the other day like caused this sort of weird decomposing effect. You sort of see like a flash of that for a moment before like any bits like under the armor we can see return to normal.
Very cool. I was supposed to do this at the top of the order, but I'll do it now. So at the end, is that all, Leander?
Yeah, that's
Okay.
it for now.
Okay, so at the end of Oleander's turn, everyone, you feel like there's no happiness in this chamber. It feels like everything in the world, like all the happiness has just kind of been sucked out of this little space. But you all feel weirdly inspired at the same time, and you all get a +1 to attack the rest of the combat.
Huh. +1 on top of the escalation die and everything.
Yep.
Sweet.
I see what it is. I know.
All right, and that's it for that. And Verwin, you are up next.
Cool. I'm gonna use my quick action to cast Sigil of Blood. And the trigger is that this bitch makes an attack against one of my allies that doesn't also target me.
That is a safe bet.
Yeah, I'm a bit far away right now, and she has no clue who the fuck I am. And then I'm going to use, because I have a quick action then a regular action, right?
Yep.
Okay, cool. I just wanted to make sure. I'm going to cast, where'd it go? I could do that. Nah, I like this better. I'm gonna cast Ghost Strike. I'm basically gonna go full Danny Fenton from the Danny Phantom TV show on Nickelodeon, because that's the greatest show that's ever existed.
It really is.
Yeah.
Yo, Danny Phantom was just 14.
When his parents built a very strange machine. Oh man, so
If this is how we get muted, I don't even mind.
Yeah, that's worth it.
worth it. Cool. All right, and then I'm gonna make an attack against Apollyon. So let me roll. I'm going go.
Oh, don't forget, she's vulnerable, so the crit range against her's expanded by 2. So if you get a nat 18 plus, it's a crit.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's good because I got a nat 20.
Uh-oh.
Cool.
Oh, Apollyon.
Rip. Hey, remember when I did Burning Leash that one time?
I recall.
So Ghost Strike. It is the weapon plus intelligence force damage. And it was a natural even hit. So until the end of my next turn, I'm insubstantial and I gain resist physical damage equal to 13. And she ends up taking 5, then 13 points.
Okay.
Or no, double that, 26.
Right. It's great. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you watch as she just like, you want to describe it actually?
Yeah. You may hear the whisper of "I'm going ghost," and then
Oh my god.
and then Virwin just becomes insubstantial, makes no noise as she, sort of jogs behind this armored asshat, and then rams her sword through Apollyon, and then becomes physical again, and then pulls it out.
Very cool. Yeah, she doesn't even know how to respond. There's so many of you right now. And yeah, then it is her turn if that is your turn.
Yep, that's my turn. Shit.
Shit.
Mhm.
All right. I'm gonna roll a d4 d4 to make this fair.
Oh no.
That's a Verwin. Sorry, I rolled a d4.
Cool.
So as your sword pierces through her like shoulder or like abdomen, she like rips it out of her back and swings around with her long sword. And I need you to roll just a flat d20, please.
Okay.
Remember
Keep
our
in
little
mind-
convo at the start of this.
Yeah, but also keep in mind that I am resistant to physical damage.
Yep.
Okay, cool, great, awesome. And what did I need to roll?
Just a flat d20.
I rolled another 20.
Okay. All right. So let me confirm the notes.
Great.
Birthday.
Unfortunately, that is an even number, and we picked odds at the beginning.
The 20 betrayed me.
So at the beginning of the stream, I told the cast to pick either odds or evens. They want to be their friend tonight or their enemy, and they chose odds. So
I
that
just
is an even
wanted to
number.
put out there that I said evens.
AJ did
I
choose
just
evens.
I
I just
said
wanted to.
You did.
I
chose
said odd
odd.
because
There.
it's Sam's birthday, and Sam's birthday is on an
Birthday.
odd day.
Are you calling Sam odd? How dare
Yeah,
you?
what the hell? That's
It's
that's
okay,
a
I
26 to hit. 26 to hit physical
Yeah.
defense. Okay. And I need you to roll a
Hey,
strength
to be
save.
fair, you would be surprised how high AC gets in this game.
That's true. That's why I said it. So go ahead and
What
roll a
ki-
d20 plus strength plus your level.
Okay. Okay.
Like even like the
Plus
sword mage. Like, AC.
Strength. I'm not a strong girl, because I got a +0 there. Plus my level is a 3. 18.
18. So as you don't take a lot of damage from this because again you're resistant to physical. So you only take 10 points of damage.
Whew, okay.
But as she slices you across like the top of your torso below your neck, and then all of a sudden you just feel steel in your gut as she has you impaled, and you are pushed off the side of this map.
Great. Awesome. My
The rest of
brain-
you watch Verwin just fall into nothingness.
I even got to do it with the token.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
That was really neat. I hated it, but god damn it, Chris.
Thanks,
Sorry.
I hate it.
Sorry.
Thanks, I hate it.
Oh,
So yeah, Verwin's falling, tumbling on your
dear.
next turn. We'll get to that, I guess.
She got yeeted.
Zara has wings, right?
Yeah.
She do.
I do in
All
fact
right.
have wings. They're triggered by trauma.
Oh, well, I mean, jumping off a bridge would probably be traumatizing.
No,
It's
they're
pretty traumatic.
specifically triggered by her mommy issues, but that's neither here nor there.
I
She'll get
mean,
We don't have
All
time
right.
to unpack all
Um,
that.
Apollyon will get to Azara eventually. Constance, you are up next as you watch Verwin, your new friend, just fall off the bridge.
attack again. Smite, big attack.
Okay.
It is a dirty 20 to hit. Wait, sorry,
AC?
dirty 20. Yeah, but it was a flat 8. Like that if you needed the evens or odds.
Her AC is 22, so that does not hit.
Okay. But I still do half of my smite damage. So half of 28 is 14.
Okay, she takes 14 damage. All right, yeah, she like glances it off her shoulder, pauldron, and it still like impacts her, but just not the full effect. Anything else?
I will very crossly yell, "You have flung my friend! You...
Don't feel left out,
Poop
dear.
stain!
Give me a minute. Oh wow, Constance is pissed. Fenris, it's your turn.
Did I summon an air elemental underneath Verwin to catch her?
Fuck yeah, you can. Where
Fenris
did
is gonna,
Verwin
like-
go.
You're like,
Did you take her off the map?
yeah, I took her off the map. You told me she fell down into the abyss.
She did.
So Fenris is gonna kind of like whip around and just like slash out with this flaming sword, but not to like try and hit her, but just to like keep her at bay as he kind of extends his other hand, says some words in ancient druidic, and like this air elemental that kind of like the moths that he summoned for his fairy fire kind of just springs to life from the lifeless clouds that kind of just dully hang around the platform we're on, and he kind of just says, "Go save her!" And I summon the air elemental specifically to appear underneath Verwin
Yeah.
to catch her.
Yeah, very cool. So Verwin, as you're falling, you just suddenly stop falling. You're not like rising necessarily, but you're just kind of like levitating there for a second until the air elemental gets new commands, basically. All right.
Thank you, Mr. Bravado, for the chunky donation. Sam, I don't even think we
Thank
have
you.
one for
Yeah,
10k
for-
bits.
That was 10,000 bits. The highest reward we have right now is for a cameo of a past player character from Steam Speller Agora's Bells. So if you want, I mean, I feel like that's a twofer redemption of some sort. We're really making Chris work for shit.
They
tonight,
might
y'all.
need it. They might need it. So I'll just say that.
I'm just waiting because I know him. I'm waiting for him to just be like, nah, summon a dragon right now.
I cast Summon Dragon.
I feel like obviously we need to have like we just run into like Crew Kazel and Kate and Jax just like hanging out.
Just very high.
They would
Hey
be
guys, we're coming to help
besties.
you out.
Hey guys.
The void dragon that we fought.
Yeah, let's summon
it have
Agora
lungs?
back. Why not?
Does the void have lungs though? So that's kind of so instead of like telling my air elemental to attack something, I'm telling it to just like hold her so she don't fall. I'm not gonna like ask you if the air elemental can like lift her back up, because that'd be some bullshit. Even I agree as a fellow GM.
No,
So-
she's definitely saved. She's not gonna fall into death now, so that's good.
All right.
right.
So that's my turn then. So she is no longer vulnerable.
Sounds good. All right, and top of the order, escalation die takes to 2, and Azara, you are back up.
I'm gonna dive down and try and pull Verwin back onto the platform.
Okay, wings out.
Yep.
I'm assuming. Okay, go ahead and make a strength check.
Fuck!
Gotta be
I was hoping
strong.
you'd just let me do it.
Yeah, we don't roll in our.
We don't
dice-
roll. We're just playing
dice game.
pretend.
I just want to play pretend.
Birthday. Wait,
can
just
use
use
a
one of our
crit,
auto
yeah.
crits.
Can-
Lucy, just use the auto crit. Just use the auto crit.
Yeah.
Can I use Child of the Fae to help me out? 'Cause it's a Fae thing, right? Lion.
Probably not. Probably not.
Damn it. I don't
It's
know
more
if I
about the
wanna use-
pulling part.
I mean, I could just pull her up next turn if it doesn't work, because I'm not gonna fall. I can fly.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's true.
no, I'll say no backgrounds, but you don't die.
I mean, I only got a
I don't
13.
like how you say that though.
Okay. So yeah,
Do I add escalation to this?
sure.
Great. What's the escalation at? 3?
Do.
2? Yeah. Is it 2?
I'll say
Okay.
you get her halfway back up. So it will
15.
it'll take another turn to pull Verwin all the way back up. As you dive down, Azara, you realize how rapid the winds are. Even though this is black nothingness, it is turbulent. Like there is so much turbulence, and you are just having a hard time pulling her. Even with the Fenris's air elemental begins like trying to help you out as well, just out of instinct, and it's just really difficult. Verwin, you're just getting like whiplash, just like help me.
Do I still have a quick action this turn?
Yeah.
I'm gonna cast heal on Verwin, so you can use an ally. You can use a recovery, and you add. You can use a free one. You don't have to spend a recovery, and add hit points equal to double our level.
Beautiful human being. Okay, thank you.
And that's my turn.
Sorry, I was DMing. Okay, Oleander, you're up next. You watch Azara also dive into the void.
Okay, this is fine. If a spell has like a hit point requirement, and do I have to cast it to find out if a target is like legal for it, or I just don't really know how that works. I haven't really done that too much.
I'll say just ask me. I don't know what the raw is
Sure.
on it, but I would say just because I don't want you to waste
Because
spells
I've
all
seen
day.
it like sometimes it's specified, so I feel like it. Then I guess maybe not, but it was like
Yeah.
in a note, so I don't know.
Yeah, so in the book, 13th Age is very like open, like, oh yeah, these are the stats of all the
Yeah.
monsters, and we can't really do that like online. It's more difficult. So I'll say just
Yeah.
ask me.
Sure.
Um,
with the way the natural die mechanics work, it seems like it's meant to be very like open about
There's
that.
no
Yeah.
DM screen, yeah.
Like the system as a whole is very much like we want you to feel effective too, so like that seems reasonable.
Yeah.
Then does Apollyon have 100 HP or fewer
She has more than that.
right now? Okay.
Yep.
Then the spell is not viable. Then I'm gonna go ahead. What's the escalation die right now?
2.
I'm gonna go ahead and cast Wave of Decay, which again it just happens now, and then I can at will just do it at the start of my next turns for like the rest of the battle.
All right.
Or until I hit 0. That's going to be. Oh wait, no, it's a 2, so it's gonna be 46. That's 20 negative energy damage. Just automatically hitting her, and then it's like once again we see that sort of like wave of just decomposition sort of ripple up and down as the spell like twists around her.
Yeah, very cool. I like that image a lot. All right, anything else?
That's my main action. I think that's all I can do right now. Yeah, my ghoul is gone, so that's it.
All right, Verwin, it is your turn. If you want to just like help like with the strength check to use your turn for that, I'll let you all fly back up too, unless there's something else you want to do while you're falling, basically.
I will actually look at Azara and say, "It's okay. I got this." And I will cast Clouded Step, and I will teleport to a nearby location,
Hell
which
yeah.
will be next to Oleander.
That's awesome.
Um,
Just
That's
you, right?
awesome.
Not Azara.
just me.
Okay.
Sorry.
Nah, she's got wings. She's fine.
Yeah, and I mean, like, I'll squeeze her arms and obviously say, "Thank you, I've got this," and I'll look over at Oleander and teleport over to Oleander. And then until the end of my next turn, any ranged attacks against me with a natural odd roll or an automatic miss.
Okay.
And then I will use my quick action to dismiss Sigil of Blood and instead cast, where did it go? Shield of Vengeance, or Sigil of Vengeance, excuse me.
Okay.
Same trigger, makes an attack against an ally, not me.
All right, she's about to do that, so get ready.
Hey, all right.
Apollyon is up next. She's gonna roll a d4 divided by 2, and that's a 2, so that's Constance. Constance, you watch as she yeets Verwin off the side. She turns back to you. Again, the same technique. I need you to roll a d20, just a flat d20. Tell me even or odd. You want an odd.
It is an odd. It is a
There
19.
we go. All right. So Apollyon still strikes you with her standard action, but does not yeet you off the side, and that is a 29 to hit.
Yeah.
Oof. That does triggle. Triggle?
I like that. That's fun.
Thank you. It does trigger Sigil of Vengeance, so I just kind of popped in next to Oleander, and then as soon as she does that, oops, I pop again right back next to Apollyon, and I get to make an attack against her.
Cool. Go for that, and then we'll settle Apollyon's turn afterwards.
Okay.
Wait, did I take any damage?
Yeah, we're gonna let Verwin roll first to see if she kills Apollyon first on some stroke of luck, but
Okay.
just so then you don't, take the damage for no reason.
17.
It does not hit, unfortunately.
Okay.
Okay, Constance.
Yeah.
You watch as Apollyon strikes across you in like a diagonal across your entire torso. You take 45 points of damage.
What, 49?
45.
45. And I had temporary hit points, right, Zara? Okay.
Yeah, 1d10 temporary hit points.
Okay. So I'm at 10 hit points.
Okay.
It's
So
going
if you're
well.
still at She's going to
I'm
use her
still
quick
up.
action on the odd now
Oh,
to
dear.
use, what is it called? Praying Claw.
Oh.
That's
Love
not
it.
Great. That doesn't sound great.
Love
that's
that
a-
for me.
That might miss. That's a 24 to hit.
Nope. That hits.
Okay. And that's 13 points of damage.
Are you counting your shield of faith?
Yes. Wait.
Okay.
That's +1 to AC, right? Yeah. Yeah. I'm down. So.
Okay.
I think that's the first time I've gone down. Dope.
Dope. You watch as
Dope.
she uses the same, basically, method that she used to dispatch Oleander's ghoul. She sticks the clawed gauntlet hands into Constance's shoulder, pins her back, and then just slashes. And you watch as like the blood pouring from Constance isn't like a humanoid's blood. It's like black and ichory, and it's not anything Constance did, but so much the sword, corrupting everything it touches. So Constance, you are down. Make sure to track your negative hit points.
Yep.
That's important.
-3.
All right, not bad. And that is her turn. So Constance, you're up now. You can roll a death save.
Ooh, fun.
Real quick question, Chris.
Yep.
Don't forget.
Does it make a difference if my Sigil of Vengeance means that Apollyon is engaged with me?
No, she can still attack like anyone else engaged with her.
So this is just, it has to be to 15, right? 15 or higher?
Don't forget my domain
I think
of
it's-
life.
I think it's 16.
You have a +2 bonus to death saves.
+2.
Yes,
No, it's
and
15,
you
you're
can. Each of us can add the escalation dice to one save, any save this battle.
I rolled a 17.
Oh, then you're good.
Okay.
So that's one success. You're good to go.
All right.
And you were
my
right, it
turn.
is a 15. You were right. Yeah, it is Fenris's turn. You watch Constance just like crumple in front of you in like one swipe, basically.
All right. Fenris will kind of reach down, touch the ground, drive the sword in flames into the ground. And he kind of begins sparking some color of fire himself. It's a bit green at the moment, but I'm casting Earth Strength. And as he strikes the sword, he says, Marlfax, give my companions the strength to carry on. I'm going to be targeting Constance. Constance, you get to heal using a recovery. And then one
Yay.
random ally. 1, 2, 3, 4. Verwin, you're going to get to use a recovery as well.
Yay, thank you.
So like the green flames for kind of so the sword changes into green fire and it like kind of cracks across the ground, seeking out Constance and Verwin. As long as Verwin is on solid ground again. Okay,
Yep.
sweet.
All right, I'm standing back up. Or I will stand back up post haste.
All right, and that's how you get around this rolling bullshit. Just cast spells the whole time.
Cast all you can.
All
Is
right.
that your whole turn?
Yeah, that was my last spell, folks. So it's beast time.
All right. Constance, you feel air return to your air return to your lungs. That'd be cool. And you see Fenris kind of squaring off against Apollyon. Okay, so escalation die ticks to 3 here, and I drop all of my notes onto the floor.
Nice.
That was scripted. Escalation die 3. Drop all of your notes. What
We
am I
do
gonna-
have a donation from Polynym for 2,500 bits, which is enough for a free full rest up for the party or enemies of the session. So Polynym, let us know what your choice is.
Yeah, if you want to do Apollion's
For
looking
the
a little
party.
rough if you want, so just let me know.
It's for the
You
party.
know.
Just let me know.
Like,
It's
I
no big
wanted
deal.
to leave the option open so the GM stands a chance when we're like getting all of these like free crits and stuff. You know,
Well, I'm
it
just
seems-
Polynum
They said
in the
I'm
chat.
hoping for the party, but didn't say I am doing the party.
I'm hoping you pick the party too, Polynum.
Look, I was hoping too, but
Rolling
yeah.
d20s. If it's a 1, enemy
Oh.
health bar refills.
Now that's interesting.
Health bar refills, music swells, phase 2.
All right.
Paulina says that someone deserves to have a good birthday. Thank you.
Thank you. I can use spells again.
Yeah, that is a free like full rest
Wow.
for people.
All right. So at the top of the escalation die, as it ticks over 3, You all feel like this unearthly like barrier of protection. It's like fiery and like sparks are twisting off the edges, come up in front of you, and you all get 14 temporary hit points because I rolled really well.
Nice.
Nice.
And you're not sure where this is like coming from. It just feels like it's definitely not an ability you've seen before.
Okay. 14 temp?
Yep.
Clutch.
Oh, nice. I've got chunky hit points. I shouldn't be saying that out loud, but
No, you shouldn't.
hurt me, daddy.
Uh-oh.
I'll take it. I'm invincible. We see
I'll
how well
take
this
it.
goes.
I'm a bit invincible. I'll take it.
Hey, he won that fight.
He did. He ended up critting the dragon, killing it with like
Yeah.
1 HP, right?
Fuck yeah, he did. He's a hug.
He's a hunk,
dude. Okay, Azara, you're up next. Feeling emboldened.
I'm going to fly out of this windy place that I've ended up in.
Okay, safe bet.
And then I'm going to summon my motes of stars.
Okay.
And cast Javelin of Faith.
Okay.
Physical defense, unfortunately. Oh no! Oh no! It's only the escalation dies at 3.
3. Yep. And you have a phantom +1 from something you don't know.
It's a 17 to hit. Physical defense.
That misses, unfortunately.
Yeah, I figured.
Yep. She just kind of bats it away with her clawed hand.
It does damage equal to my level on a miss.
So 3 points. All right. So yeah, she just kind of like catches your spell in her clawed gauntlet and just like throws it off into the ether. Takes a little bit of damage from catching it, but that's about it. All right, Oleander, you're up next. I will say at this point, after she catches Azara's spell, you can see that something is a deadly attack is building up inside of her armor as it begins like hissing with steam and the eyes turn red from underneath of the helmet.
Oh, good.
I'll just say that.
All right. Well, at the top of my turn, I'm gonna go ahead and hit her with that automatic negative damage from my wave of decay. 13 negative energy.
Okay.
And then since we have that rest up, I'm gonna freaking unholy bolter again. For 25 versus PD.
Okay.
That hits.
That does hit.
Score. I rolled like shit. That's only gonna be 14 negative energy damage.
14 more. Okay. Sounds good. Sounds good.
And that's all Oleander can do. She's still hanging back, just like you all have this. You're doing great.
You watch as Apollyon's rage just again is building inside of her, almost like a steam golem, like building up for an attack. And her rage and just the conflict at hand is fueling her in some sense. Verwin, you are up next.
She gets that decomposing like smack again too.
Absolutely.
Does not feel good.
So I am, since I got that sweet recovery, or since we all got that sweet, basically long sleep, night's rest,
Sure.
words, long sleep. I need to use the sleep.
Super slumber.
There are enemies nearby.
Long sleep, night rest.
Long sleep, night rest. Do I know what kind of damage Apollyon's been doing?
She's just been doing piercing and slashing, magical. Her sword's clearly magical, but that's really about it.
Bitch. Okay, I don't do that. Fine. I'm just gonna cast Thunderblade.
All right.
Oh no. I can only do it once per battle. Just kidding. I don't. I do white flame blade instead.
With the full rest up, though, I don't know if that's something that.
Yeah,
It
it'll
would
refresh.
reset on
Yeah.
full rest.
Oh, would it? It would reset?
Yeah. Once a day abilities.
Thunderblade it is then.
Cowabunga.
Cowabunga.
Thank
Cries
you,
on once
Apollyon.
per battle abilities.
Yeah. All right. So, oh shit. Natural 19. So that would put it at 20 something versus AC 23. 20?
Yep.
Okay. And then its weapon plus intelligence damage. So that would be 3d8. Be 4d8 because it's weapon and my sword is a d8 or a d6.
D8.
D8. Okay, so yeah, 48. Plus. Wait, I just lost it. Come back. This was gonna be really cool, and I was gonna say something really neat, and then I couldn't. Okay. So it's 4d8 plus 5.
Okay.
D8.
That's right, because they let you use int for your sword mod.
Yeah.
I forgot
Busted.
about that.
So that's 18 plus 5 is a 23.
To hit, yep.
No, damage.
Oh, damage. Even better. Okay.
And then if she attempts to disengage, pop free, or teleport before the end of my next turn, she takes 1d8 plus my constitution modifier in thunder damage.
Okay. Alrighty. So Apollyon is up next. She glares out at all of you as her like red eyes peer out through under her helmet. You watch as she just underhandedly rips her helmet off and throws it into the void, and instead of a face, you see a golden mask. We're gonna wait for Alex because this is really important.
Oh no! Is it a familiar looking golden mask?
Somewhat, yeah. It kind of looks like the ones that the
That we found in
that Gorgoth
Shiverdale?
was. They're not
Okay.
exactly the same. They're a little bit. It's a little bit different, and it's older. It's not like shining gold. It's
Okay.
kind of like decayed and like almost matte at this point. It's a very old mask. Incredibly
It's
old.
like all oxidized and
Very,
stuff,
yeah, very
like-
much.
Okay.
Yes. All right, he's back. Okay, so as she rips off her helmet, you see this golden mask in her place, and she says, "Remember, you are nothing to the queen behind the golden mask." And you watch as her sword turns into a scythe. And you feel this cut. She doesn't even like have to really swing it. You just feel this like psychic cut through the middle of your stomach. And she goes on to say, "Do you want to know the funniest part about all this? Sparing you will make me stronger than killing you. Your hatred will fuel me for generations." And she just like the mask, not underneath, but the mask turns up in a smile in this really creepy fashion. And I need everybody to roll just a flat d20, please, as she casts Sever Reality.
Sever reality, nice.
Mhm.
And a
Uh,
5?
That's a 7.
16?
16.
9.
Ooh. Okay.
Doing good.
Anybody below a 10, you are unconscious.
Good.
Alright.
Sorry, who
Oleander
is that?
drops.
Verwin, Azara, and Oleander.
All right, you three are helpless.
Yep.
So, as this happens, reality once again twists and contorts around you as some of your visions fade to black, other of you fighting it. It's pretty awesome.
Sever reality was so good, it killed the fucking
End stream.
stream.
All right, so we are back. I'll read the description again. So reality once again twists and contorts around you. The pale gray light fades as the pale moon grows farther and farther away from you in the distance. After what feels like an eternity, you find yourself back on the streets of Briar, right next to the fountain that took you to Hex. The plague doctor that opened the gate for you is nowhere to be found, but as you look around at one another, you see not only the 5 of you, but the small lizard-like child you had met in Hex holding Magnessa's hand. you immediately realize the dome and briar has been put back up. At this point, before we do anything, I need everyone to roll a d8, please.
A D8. Didn't have one of those, like.
Just a flat D8
Yes.
or
5 again.
9,
Go.
7.
yeah, it's
Wow.
5's better on a D8.
16.
That's true.
8.
60 plus 8 is 24. Verwin, what did you roll?
3.
3, 27 plus 10. Plus Magnus's roll.
I don't
D8.
like when the DM does math.
Mm-mm.
It's never a
DM
good
math is
sign.
scary.
Okay. So as you are all laying there, like 3 of you are still unconscious. Like you're not dying, but you're just like kind of like fading in and out of like what the fuck. Like your reality was quite literally severed. You're not quite sure what's real and what's not, which plane of existence you're on anymore, and it is an absolutely jarring experience. As you are all doing this, right before we go to break, Talagast, you see his brass scales of the dragon spawn run up to you. He has a blue cloak on over his shoulder, and he says, "Oh my goodness, it's been 43 days. Are you okay?" And that's where we will go to break.
Oh, okay. This is normal. Very
I know,
normal.
Fine.
Yeah.
Very, very normal.
So we will go to break, and then the second half is going to be all RP. So if you guys in chat want to get to know these characters a little bit better, there's going to be a lot of that to be had here. So
Oh my god.
43 days
Wow.
later, we'll see what the hell is up in Briar these days.
And thank you all so much for your donations. A reminder, we did have that. How many hype trains did we get? 2, 3?
2.
2 hype trains. That means we'll be giving away 2 sets of heartbeat dice at the end of the stream tonight.
So stick around.
Stick
Yeah.
around, stick around. All right, thank you all. We'll go to break. We'll be back in 10:15.
Okay. Bye. See you in a
Bye.
bit.
Sorry.
Welcome. You find yourselves in the town tavern. Through the typical calm pierces an unfamiliar voice. It sings news of a nefarious power. A bard to herald a call to all who would answer. Seek out this villainy and destroy it. To succeed is to achieve everlasting glory and riches beyond imagining. To fail is to lose everything. Will you answer the call?
Fuck it.
Welcome. You find yourselves in the town tavern. Through the typical calm pierces an unfamiliar voice. It sings news of a nefarious power. A bard to herald a call to all who would answer. Seek out this villainy and destroy it. To succeed is to achieve everlasting glory and riches beyond imagining. To fail is to lose everything. Will you answer the call?
Fuck it.
Welcome. You find yourselves in the town.
And we're live again. Hi.
Woo! Welcome back. Episode 11. Sam's birthday. You're caught up.
Don't
Woo!
forget,
Hey.
bits and subs go for combat's over, so I don't know how much you can affect the game, but they go to a good cause. That's always nice.
Yeah,
right?
all of our subs and bits are still going to be donated to the able gamers, and at the end of the night, we'll be doing a dice giveaway as well. So
Yeah.
stay tuned.
Thank you,
Also,
Glisten.
Bravado, if you're still in chat, you still got those NPC cameos. So
This is
let,
true.
let us know if you're interested in that.
And thank you, Glisten, for bringing to my attention that our coupon code with Pelgrane Press is currently in the ether. Maybe that reality was severed too.
I didn't
I'll look
know.
into that. I'll get back to anyone who's interested. Just shoot me a message and I'll let you know once I get that all taken care of.
All right, so the Emerald Caravan it ends up back in the city of Briar with the dome fully up. 43, I think I said, days later.
Does that put us in winter?
Getting close. I knew it was a possibility, depending on our rolls. So 43 days later, you all find yourself back in Briar. Talagast looks down at you, shocked, appalled. His mouth is literally agape. And he looks at Magnessa, who now has a little child with her, like holding onto one of her fingers with her little tiny hand, and is like, "All right, we need to get you home. You can't be in the streets right now." And he like goes up to all of you, like gets you on your feet, like puts your hood on your cloak up if you have one, and like pats you. Gets to Verwin and is like, "Hello," and just kind of like pats the dust off of you, like not knowing you, and just begins like running through the streets, but like very quickly walking, if not running.
Are we still unconscious if we were, or are we like awake now? I
Nah, you
guess?
can come back. It was just for dramatic flair.
Jerk.
But yeah, it just feels like a whirlwind as you're winding through the Briar Street. Some of you familiar with it, Verwin. This is even more jarring to you. You've been in 3 timelines and things in the past 2 days, and eventually it's a whirlwind. But you find yourself in Talagast's little living room. He has little tea on the table. There's some burnt scones in the other room, and he's like, "Sorry, still getting the hang of it." And he sits you all down in his little living room, and you watch as he like slams the door and latches it like 3-4 times and puts like a little magical charm on it. You're not sure what's going on, but that is not typical behavior in this town.
Telagast, what's... Oh, sorry, Fenris.
No, go ahead, because we're gonna ask the same freaking question.
Yeah, I think so. What is going on?
Yep.
First of all, it is so good to see all of you. I'm so glad that you are alive. After you left, the Grimstone problem faded, but in its wake, a group of assassins has been committing murders around town. And right now there is a curfew, essentially, to make sure that no one is out at night. And the dome has been put up for our safety as well, just in case. And he looks very like 100-yard stare, 1,000-yard stare, whatever the expression is, like in the opposite direction.
A group of assassins? What group is it? A known organization, or?
We don't know at all. We know nothing. We just know that there's a lot of murders and a lot of daggers.
Who has been lost since we have been gone?
This sounds bad, but nobody of note. One person who used to work at the king's quarters, and then a bunch of other random villagers, and there doesn't seem to really be a pattern, unfortunately. I've looked into it in 43 days. You can imagine they've been bored, but
I have no idea who these people are, or why.
oh no, we know who they are, but it seems so unconnected. First a bartender was killed, then a maid in the servants' quarters, and I'm not servants, I hate that word, but and then there's just another person was killed at the bakery, and then the jewelry store, and Magnessa's just like bending her ear to all of this too.
But nobody knows whatever group is behind this.
No, there's no calling card or insignia or anything, but we can deal with that later. What happened to you all? You left 40 days ago, and now you just turn up at the fountain? You're lucky I was walking by.
It
Oh.
felt like not even 2 days to us, but my understanding of hexes is that it doesn't exist on The same wavelength of time, perhaps. Our time away was compounded.
Mother Superior's going to be so cross that I haven't written.
I'm just happy we're all still alive. I wouldn't be too concerned with that at this moment.
Did we get back? Was it that knight who sent us back?
Seems like it. The timing matches up.
Why would she do that?
What did you say about I will be stronger if I defeat you than if I kill you?
It was they would be stronger for not killing us and sparing us.
Our hate would fuel her, I think they said.
I
For
don't hate
generations
her.
to come.
I don't even know who she is.
We
Queen,
never
yeah.
got the characters never got the name, right?
Nope.
We just got Queen
She
behind the
referred
mask.
to herself as Queen behind the golden mask.
Does that mean anything to me?
Didn't the Gorgoth had one, but didn't the Reverend have one too?
You also fought the Collector inside of Hex and defeated him, and he was on the mural as well. So that would be 3 bodies and 3 coffins.
Well,
Oh shit.
Gorgoth wore a golden mask. The Reverend wore one as well. And this collector seems to be affiliated with this Queen behind the golden mask. I can't help but feel our recent events have been connected through this figure.
But Chris, none of us recognize that title by itself, the Queen behind the golden mask.
Not that title, but as you begin saying this, Talgas stands up. He's like, "Did you say the Queen?" And he like goes over to his bookshelf and he's like flipping through. He's like, "I'm from Dragonspire, a very rare area. Not a lot of people are from it." And he's just flipping through. He's like, "The Queen behind the golden mask is kind of like a boogeyman to us. It is a myth about a person, well, more specifically, an arch existence who fuels off the chaos and conflict of the world."
Well, bad news is that your queen actually exists and has been in Hex for some time now, it would appear.
And you fought her?
Not very well, apparently.
We did fight her. We didn't win. But we also didn't die, so
I was going to say we also did not lose. We lived. I call that a
Didn't
victory.
we though? I don't know. Is it a
Are we
victory
alive?
if we were just sent away though? To somehow make things worse according to this queen? I don't
know.
like it.
Hmm.
Well, if she is growing off of conflict and war in the world, would she not grow off of your hatred towards her as well?
But we don't know her to
Yes.
hate her.
Again, I don't hate her. I barely know her.
Well,
I'm-
hopefully it stays that way.
I'm curious, but I don't necessarily feel hatred towards her at this moment.
Not exactly a fan though.
Well, I wouldn't say like we're friends, but
All right. Well, regardless of hatred or no hatred, I'm happy to see you all. And as always, my home is yours, even new companions. And she points towards Verwin and Magnessa.
These new assassinations, these murders, are they at all similar to the case we were investigating before we left?
No, they are quite clearly daggers or swords of some sort. They are slashed throats and
Any sort of calling card aside from the obvious?
no, I wish there was. I wish there was more information. I really do. But the king is kind of in hiding right now. He would be really happy to speak with you all, if possible. You helped him once. I'm sure he would be interested in you helping him again.
Perhaps tomorrow when it is light outside, we will make a trip to the keep and see what we can find out.
Yes, that would be smart. Like I said, as always, my home is yours. So I think I will turn in and we can talk in the morning. It is a long day at the bakery. So
thank you, Talagast, again, for everything.
Yes, try the scones. Let me know what you think. And he just stands up and like begins walking towards the stairs, and you kind of still smell the burning in the house a little bit.
Liner just wrinkles her nose and is just very glad Faye doesn't eat. Oh no, I can't eat food, Tally.
Oh,
Sorry.
Does anyone press the
Oh,
digitation?
no.
Just press digitate the scones.
We used to. We used to in the group.
Well,
I-
Liner has it. She just can't cast mending.
Oh, right. That's it.
Yeah, that's the
Yeah.
one that she can't cast.
Gotcha.
Things are very clean, they're just never fixed anymore.
They're just scraps. Okay, so at this point, if we just kind of want to jump into roleplay stuff, I know we had a ton of scenes that we wanted to do. So we have the next, hour and a half to do so. And then, of course, we have one last thing. I'll just put that out there tonight.
Fuck.
In honor of Sam's birthday.
Ah,
It's Sam's fault for being born today.
Damn it!
yeah.
I knew I would regret this.
You couldn't have waited a day.
Fenris is still
Last-
being polite and eating a scone.
They're
It is
terrible.
bad. Yeah, it's bad, but he's
It's
trying.
charred. Yeah, it tastes like trash.
Fenris is just gonna like scoop them into like the waste basket and like just go make a new batch of scones, or at least try his best.
They're much better.
Constance Constance will eat a scone. Just straight up. Just
One of
the
struggle
terrible
through
ones?
it. Yep.
Azara will like pick the burnt bits off as best she can.
They're awful. Everyone who tastes them are terrible. This man owns a candle shop and not a bakery.
And
This-
just watching, like, shaking her head.
The scone makes me miss the lentils and porridge from home.
Well, that seems to be saying something. Maybe don't mention that bit to Telegas tomorrow.
Indeed.
Azara, where were you? We haven't really had a chance to catch up since everything happened. And she just kind of like glares over at Fenris briefly.
Yeah. Do you remember what the ill-fated woman was saying about trying to attract the attention of the moon in Hex?
Yeah.
Well, I did.
What?
Yeah, so when we stepped through the gate to Hex, I was somewhere else. It was like a dining room, but in the sky. I assume it was the moon, although the distance doesn't quite match up. And there was a woman there. She called herself the Pale Knight and some other names. She was the moon of Hex. And she doesn't want to be the moon of Hex anymore. She just wants to be the moon and wants to bring all her children home. She offered to help us dispose of the Moonlit King, if in exchange we would install her as the new moon.
Is the moon not our enemy?
Well, that's the thing. I don't actually know what she wants, or... I mean, we know the Moonlit King is evil, but we don't know what the Pale Knight wants,
No.
or what the
but
Pale Knight's children want.
We do know something about the children of Hex, though. If those strange creatures that run through the streets eating people at night are her children, I don't think we want to do anything to help her come into this plane.
I don't know if they are. I don't know who her children are. She was very vague about that. I didn't get any names.
Seems like a strange coincidence, though, to have her speaking of children while the city is overrun with beings known as the children of Hex. She
That
may
is
not
true.
Consider them children of Hex, but they might still be hers. I wonder. Oh, sorry.
I told her I couldn't make that deal, but she said that I could think about it. I don't know, I'm reluctant to agree without knowing more.
I think that's more than fair.
But the 2 moons we have out here are bad news.
Yeah, do we want to, add a 4th one?
Oh no, we wouldn't be adding one. We'd be replacing one.
Replacing?
I told you she offered assistance in disposing of the Moonlit King.
So she wants to displace the moon of Lycus.
Well, I was gonna use my flashback scene to ask about Lycus, because we only talked about the Moonlit King.
Cue flashback!
Right up.
So we go back to when everyone was at Cassia Mercy's house, Mercy Manor. And Azara, as you are sitting there wishing that you can speak to Pale Knight again and have that conversation back, you blink and you find yourself back in the dining room, seated completely next to her, with the same cup of tea, the same one that has not been taken away from your place setting since. And she's just sitting there. She's like, hello.
Hello. It occurred to me that in our earlier conversation I neglected a certain topic. What are your thoughts on Lycus?
My thoughts on Lycus, dear. That's a tough one. She sits there for a second and ponders, and she says, while I hate your ancestor more than Lycus, I don't like Lycus. I suppose I could rip apart his moon too if you were to help me. If that's what you want.
If we were to make this deal, I'm not saying we will, we would also want to be rid of Lycus.
Deal.
I'm not making any deal yet. But
I understand, but as soon as you give me the Moonlit King's powers, combined with my own powers that I already have, I'll be able to topple more than just one moon. And she smiles to herself as she's like looking downwards, even though you can't see her eyes.
how much will you have the capacity to destroy? How powerful will the Moonlit King's abilities make you?
Powerful enough to be the sole moon and not have a need for the other 3 anymore.
Your children, are they what the people below call the children of Hex?
Oh, heavens no.
Okay.
Those are children born out of despair and hatred, but I would never stoop to that. My children are, like I said, some good and some bad. There are many of them, and I don't know which ones mean harm and which ones mean help.
Can you tell me any of their names?
Of course. I can tell you of Vakarak and Leprechaun, and she just begins like these guttural names.
Do they mean anything to me?
You roll an intelligence check.
Would Devout or Child of the Fae help me here?
Child of the Fae, I'll say, might help you. She just goes on. Rixali, Carrion, Zavorgian.
17?
17, not quite enough. You know that these languages are not in like a very you know how Elven has a certain flair for being like a beautiful language? They are not in that language.
Not that.
They're very
I don't
guttural.
recognize the language.
I don't think you know this language, but it's either like it's something guttural like infernal or like Sylvan, something that kind of takes like the vowels and the consonants and just jams them together in like one rush of like bullshit.
Under Gothic.
Sylvan.
Oh, do you? Okay.
I think so. I know I speak Elvish.
Okay.
Sylvan is the Elvish language, yeah.
That's what I thought. Yeah. So it's kind of like that in a way where it's kind of like, you remember when you met the guy, the Briar Elf, and he spoke to you as if like trees were cracking?
Yeah.
It's kind of like that, but all the vowels and consonants are like just jammed together, and just like this like deep voice is used as she says it just to pronounce the syllables correctly. And it's just like this stream of like bullshit that you don't really understand.
All right, gang. What else should I ask while I'm here?
Is she
No.
the one supplying the Grimstone? Like
Or
moons
does
are
she-
made of rocks.
What about the Grimstone? Are you part of that?
I have nothing to do with Grimstone. You'll meet her later. I'm referring to Apollyon because time is weird.
Okay. I feel like I should take more advantage of this opportunity to ask questions, but I'm drawing a blank.
No, I'm
See,
like
what
trying
else?
to think if there's anything.
What don't we know? Well, I've already asked what she'd do if she was the soul moon, and that was bring all her children into the what we call reality. She's awfully
Maybe
cagey.
checking how you might be able to contact her again should you, change your mind or something.
I think
That
I
might
asked
be
that
good
last
to
time, and
know.
she was super circumspect. She was like, "I'll find you"
Oh,
or
okay.
something.
Yeah, that
That's a
stands.
classic Chris.
Classic Chris.
I mean, she's a deity. I can probably just pray to her.
Yeah, that makes
Yeah.
sense. I'm trying to think.
Before you leave, you watch as she unclasps a necklace from around her own neck, and it has like a little, like a half moon on it, and she hands it out to you. And she says, "If you want to take the deal, now is the time."
One last question.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know anything about what happened to my mother?
I'll tell you after he's dealt with.
I can't make this deal on my own. I can't make a choice like this without my friends.
Do you really think your friends are vying for another moon, a lunar deity?
I don't know. They have some pretty strong feelings about the extant too.
If they're your friends, won't they back you in any deal that you do make?
They may back me, but it won't mean the choice I make is right.
I understand that.
I don't want to be responsible for harm to innocent people. I don't know what you want. I don't know what you'll do. What if you hurt someone and then that's my fault?
She smiles broadly at you, and her beautiful white smile glares out at you, and she says, "You may be too pure for this deal, Azara." And she laughs a little bit under her breath.
What does that mean? Does that mean you are planning to hurt someone?
It means that I only control the controllable. I don't know what my children will all do, but I only know that I want them here beside me. And if that is something that you do not feel comfortable with, I understand, and I will seek out someone else to help me.
What are your children? Are they arch existences? Or are they elves or demons?
They're beautiful creations, my dear. Each one handcrafted by myself.
Most mothers think that about their children.
Well, what mother would I be if I told you they were evil, despicable demons or beautiful elven children? Should I not see the best in my own?
I'm not asking you to pass judgment on their character. Just, what are they?
They're what this world needs. And she smiles.
You understand that I can't take this deal if I don't know what I'm agreeing to.
I understand, my dear. I can wait another generation until it is time for another Solaris to take up the torch and help me. I have nothing but time.
I wouldn't be so sure my line doesn't end with me.
It is a risk I will take.
I think you love your children, and I wish I could help you, but I can't bear the responsibility of bringing something into this world without knowing what it is if it could hurt people.
I understand, dear.
I really am sorry.
You know where to find me if you change your mind about the things that already plague the world through the moons.
point. The better the demon you know, right?
And what demon keeps coming up? And as you are like, as she says that, you're like falling out of the chamber. It's almost like it tilted up on its axis and you're falling backwards, like sliding out of the chamber. And she says, "Good luck, dear. I suppose I could always ask your mother." And she looks up at you as before you leave and the door slams shut in front
Chris,
of you.
that's mean!
That is mean.
The fuck? Okay. Now I'll give my friends the Spark Notes version of that meeting.
Sounds good.
So I said
So
no,
mean.
but she implied there was still a chance I could change my mind, so I don't know.
You're stronger than most. I would have considered a chance to get rid of Lycus's moon's influence myself, but
But what replaces it?
that is the question. And the caginess of this entity tells me that her children are very likely something fiendish in nature.
If they were harmless, she would have told me what they were.
Yeah, I don't see a reason in concealing anything otherwise. Unless she knew that you would not like the answer.
That's what I thought. Still, it's something to remember.
So I know this is obviously very important and clearly not a great thing. What are demons?
That's
Oh,
a great question.
Oh.
So there are devils, and then they are the souls of the damned. You know this. They've been around since creation.
Yes.
Demons are the children of specific fiendish entities that came into our realm some 2,000-ish years ago. And their mark is still left with us today. Gestures towards himself.
Huh. And how... I look over at Oleander. Have we gone over this yet?
Very, very briefly. I had mentioned there was a span of time of something called the Sunless Era.
Yes.
That took a very large chunk of time. That is sort of when all of this happened.
Got it. Okay, sorry. I just wanted some clarification because I'm hearing all of these words and I know they mean something. I just don't know what they mean. Okay, thank you.
You'll have 6,000 years of history to catch up on. It is okay to, need a
I'm
few
honestly
reminders.
I'm honestly surprised I could even talk to you when I first arrived. It's almost like magic or something. Who knows?
Strange how that works.
Strange times we live in, both 6,000 years ago and now. Well, thank you. Sorry, please continue your conversation. I just needed some context.
Please ask. I'm sure it's very confusing, especially considering. Shite. Tieflings didn't exist then. That is weird to think about.
No, a lot of things did not exist.
No, we are going to have a lot of things to go over, I think, now that we are back. I mean, we at least now have about a month and a half of time to catch up on ourselves. Perhaps a trip back to the library tomorrow. I would like to sort of look over some headlines of
Sure.
the time we have been away.
That works.
Yeah. Oh, and Fioven, then I can get you some better books to study with.
You say the word books, I'm there. That sounds lovely.
Oh, well, I mean, if you need something in the meantime, I have plenty. I would be glad to lend you.
Wonderful. Thank you.
A Kate character
Yeah.
that's into books? No.
But this time she fits in.
Everyone loves reading here.
This time everybody likes reading.
All reading all the time.
The EC
What a
has a
weird
very
party.
high literacy rate.
What a weird crew.
How did we
Right.
do this?
Of
This
course.
way you don't have to worry about anyone smoking your spell books.
Thank
Wow.
God. Wait.
Give me time. There's an NPC cameo.
Chris, don't put that juju on us. But y'all, the
Later we'll kill
EC, the
someone.
Emerald Caravan, or the Education Connection?
Get connected for
That's
free
so great.
with
Connection.
Education Connection.
Connection.
All right. All
That
right.
happens.
My God. All right.
Um,
So as everyone is kind of like turning in, settling down for the nightly routine and all that, is there any other scenes that want to take place now?
I see. Birthday, Sam. Why don't you
Yes,
tell us
birthday
what you
Sam.
want to do?
Yes, birthday Sam.
Birthday Sam.
Birthday Sam. I do know that at some point, Oleander needed to talk to Fenris about everything that's sort of happened.
I'm
I'm trying to think of like the best way this will like happen.
No, I'm sure
Um,
Fenris got his like meditation routine and stuff.
Okay, then yeah, so she'd probably just sort of like wait till then, and she'll come and like knock on his door. Just be like,
Yeah.
Fenris, do you have a moment?
Yes, come in, please.
She'll open it up and see that you're meditating. Just be like, I did not mean to interrupt.
It's okay. I was only getting started, and it's been difficult being away from the night sky.
Yeah, I could tell Hex was a challenging, time for you, and God damn it, Fenris, what were you thinking?
And he's just kind of like stunned for a moment, and he's kind of like his mind's racing. He's like, okay, what did I do? What did I do?
Vivo specifically told about how dangerous it was to be outside of the inn after nightfall while we were in the city. And what is the first thing you do the first night that we are there? You run off by yourself?
I'm sorry. I didn't mean. I know it sounds silly to say I didn't mean to run off when I quite clearly ran off into the night, but do you remember what I told you about Celeste back in Weidenhaven?
Yeah, you said she was gone now.
Well, I killed her, Oleander. It was me. It was I who killed her. I did not realize what I had done at the time. My curse took hold of me, and the moon split open, and I heard Lycus's howl for the first time. And then being driven to bloodlust through my lycanthropy manifesting. I killed someone who trusted me, loved me. I killed her. And he's like trying his best to maintain his composure as he's saying this. And then Hex, I thought I saw her again. It gave me hope for some sort of atonement. I don't know how that would atone, but you're right. I was a damned fool. A fool to think that I, with my cursed blood, is worthy of redemption.
Your foolishness has nothing to do with redemption. It has to do with the fact that, maybe next time you think you see a ghost, you could come and get your Freunda, who is a fucking necromancer or something, before running it off after it by yourself. Maybe? Like, Fenris, of course it was a trap.
You're right. I should have. I don't know why I didn't think to call out for help. I'm not sure what I was thinking at the time exactly. It just. If you had the chance to atone for your worst sin, would you not take it in a heartbeat? I truly am sorry, Oleander. I just, I still think to myself every day. I knew so many other folks in my enclave who'd never committed such a despicable act. Acted as a beast. So many others far more worthy of continuing Amaranth's legacy, but yet, here I am. Why do I get to live? Why should I? My soul stained with the sins of the beast, doomed when my birth mother gave me up anyway. Why should I live where people who looked to me for guidance, and anyone who chooses to surround themselves with me die?
Oleander just sort of deflates a bit, like she was all angry and bristly when she came in and first started yelling at Fenris. And I think hearing him speak like this, she just sort of like, you see her posture like soften. She's not quite as upright and nobly proper as usual. And she'll just come and sit down next to you, slowly and awkwardly, because it's hard to sit on the floor where I assume you've been meditating before.
He'll like move to like, he'll grab a chair and like sit up for Oleander, like that's fine.
Look, Versi, I know what it is like to have someone that you would do anything to see again. Believe me, I do, but you should not become someone like that for anyone. You deserve more kindness to yourself. I'm sorry that I was just so upset. That was not fair of me, but I want you to remember that the loved ones that you still have here with you, Fenris, care about you too.
You're right. I do apologize. You and the others have given me a sense of hope and some sort of direction. It's hard, Oleander. It's so hard. I'm not the same person that I was all those years ago. You now look upon a very broken and cursed individual. And I am sorry that I didn't come and get you and made you all have to go through what we did against that terrible werewolf.
It is okay. I am not exactly the same, little kid you knew back then either. I know it is not the same as what you have been through, Versi, but I mean, I wound up at the Balmer house because I could not control my necromancy, and because of that, my house was demolished. My father sent to Vodica. My brother gave up our family name, and my mother was burnt by the Inquisition. And it's not what you have been through, but I have wondered every night since I learned what happened to her. Why it is I was not on the pyre beside her. Why I got to live twice. I've gotten a second chance, and I don't know why. And Percy, maybe we're just not supposed to know the why. We're just supposed to do the best with what we have, that we can, and I don't think Amaranth or anyone else in your enclave would want you to throw your second chance away for them. I know I would not. Not out of some sense of being unable to atone or be redeemed. I mean, would you tell somebody else with lycanthropy who, like you, has dedicated years of their life to trying to keep from harming others again, to keep from hurting someone like you did with Celeste. You shouldn't withhold the same kindness that you give others from yourself. You deserve better.
He just kind of like does the soft head on shoulder move and just kind of is like, you're right. I am especially cruel to myself, but what Kovithian isn't especially cruel to themselves?
Well, we are not in Kovith anymore.
Nine, and I am truly sorry about what happened to your family. It's not your fault. They lived in an area that is unfortunately quite intolerant of magic that they don't understand.
Quite aware of that.
I'm sure you are. You don't need a history lesson on Kovith, but Verwin, on the other hand.
Well, I don't even really know where to begin. There's so much.
Not sure, but thank you for pulling me back to reality, so to speak.
I am sorry about what happened to you, what you went through, and about Celeste.
But you're right.
It's not your fault.
I shouldn't be living in the past like that.
You shouldn't blame yourself for things that were out of your control. What you did was no more your fault than what I did for my family, if that is the case.
I suppose it's a bit different when the act is done with your own hands.
Not if it is something you have truly no control over.
True. Yeah. You're right. Thank you for reminding me of what's really important.
I'm sorry that I was so upset.
Understandably so. It just shows that you do actually care. And he kind of like gives like a little chuckle and a little very light shoulder punch.
Of course I care. She still kind of like rubs where he punched her. Like, oh, I'm fragile.
Oh, sorry. No, it's rationally, I know you, like, I understand you care, but sometimes the other parts of me don't agree with that.
I know I'm not always the best at showing it. I will try.
And you know, if you ever need anything, you can come to me. I certainly, if I see more ghosts, I am certainly my first. I'm stopping by and I'm letting you know.
Please do. I will be up.
You're right. Chasing ghosts, that's your thing. And you just let me know if like a pigeon or like a cat gets into your room, and I will take care of it.
Yeah, I will leave all of the animalia to you. Leave that stuff to me, okay?
Understood. And thank you again. I do really appreciate it for you understanding.
I will always be here for you, Vercingetorix, best I can be.
And I will always be there for you, Wilhelmina.
That has been a while.
Sometime.
Well, I will let you get back to your meditating. Try to get some actual sleep tonight, though.
I will try. He almost was like, you too! And then he catches himself, he's just kind of like, may you have a restful night.
Thank you. I think I will come up with some lesson plans for Veoven.
Good idea. Hopefully she'll stop giving me that strange look every time. It reminds me of being back home.
I will try to talk to her about that too.
I know she can't help it.
Well, she needs to get used to the way things have changed.
All right. As the two of you head to bed, did we want to do Constance and Azara's talk now? Is that a good time? I think you're muted, unless I can't hear
Yes,
you.
that is a good time.
All right. So, bunk buddies, you find yourself in your bunked room, and the night is yours.
Are you okay? You were disappeared for so long.
Yeah, I'm all right. What about you? You took a hard hit in that fight.
Oh, it wasn't that bad. I mean, it's the first time I've gone unconscious in a while, but it wasn't that bad.
Constance, you went down.
Yes, it has been a long time since I have, I suppose, not gone to sleep, but been rendered unconscious by a fight. I don't think it's ever happened in a real one.
I know it's sort of an occupational hazard with what we've been doing. But you scared me.
Oh, I do not wish to scare you. I was also worried. I can take a hit very well, but not everybody else can. And so I don't mind if it's me in the front, taking the bulk of everything. It's what I do to protect everybody.
But what about you? What if something happens to you?
Well, my life belongs to eternal trust, and I suppose that dying before I achieved my mission would cause some great displeasure. Would be a rather large inconvenience to myself as well, I suppose, if I were dead.
Constance, you dying is not an inconvenience. Yeah, I don't care about your mission. You're my friend.
Oh, and you are my best friend.
So you understand that if something happens to you, if you die, it's more than an inconvenience, Constance.
Oh. I apologize. I did not realize I was so important, I suppose.
Please. Constance, I've lost so many people. I can't lose you too. Please. Please be careful.
I fear I am becoming numb to loss at this point.
I don't think that's actually possible. I think you can pretend for a long time that it doesn't hurt, but it's still there. And it's always going to be there, and then one day you're going to turn around and see everything that has left you behind.
I am truly glad that we found you in Hex, though.
I was alarmed when I stepped out and everyone was gone.
I would have been terrified as well, and it was worrying to not know where you were and not know if you were safe. And then we got a cat, and the cat is no longer a cat.
Yeah, also a child?
Oh,
Well,
yes, a child, I suppose.
how did we acquire a child?
to be quite honest, it was all such a blur. At one moment, we did not have a child, and then we decided we had one.
Who is the child?
Chris, refresh my memory again. If I
Y'all
know
don't fucking
anything.
know. Y'all just ditched Magnessa in the common room with the child. You found her after you killed the collector, and she had a note in her pocket that said, if you found this, I have failed. Take her to the one that tricked the void.
Tricked him. Okay. Also,
yes, the
no one
child.
told me that we killed the collector. That's news to me.
Oh, apologies.
Verwin one shot.
Well, that is done.
Well, that's a relief.
Yes, though I fear we have made a new enemy of a scary mask lady.
I don't think we made an enemy. I think she's been our enemy. We just found out about it.
Do
I
you
still
think she
don't
does
really
not like
know.
us or our mission?
Quite possibly both. I mean, I'm still not sure who she is, to be honest. I mean, obviously connected to Gorgoth and the Golden Masks and the Reverend and stuff, but I don't know. I haven't heard of her in my schooling. I've never seen that
And nor have
particular
I.
mask before.
Well, we all need to stop disappearing on each other.
I agree.
I do not know how much more of it I can handle.
No,
But
me
I
neither.
I am very glad we are all together and safe again.
Me too.
And hopefully Verwin will not leave us either, and will stay always. I do not like when people leave. It is very upsetting.
I know that Verwin wants to return home. Wasn't the Severed Hand massacred shortly after she departed?
Yeah, it was like going down right as like Daddy was like, okay, I don't have time. You gotta go. Preserve us. Find Azara.
Constance, I don't know if we can send her back. And if we did, we'd be sending her to her death.
Oh, good, then she must stay.
Okay. Yes. How do we tell her that everything she knew and loved is gone and she can't go back to it, though?
That is quite difficult. In my experience, I have found that not acknowledging the issue helps.
I have done my fair share of refusing to acknowledge my problems. It has resulted in a few screaming breakdowns in the woods, though. And I don't know how healthy it is. It can be quite effective, and sometimes the easiest and best way forwards. See, I want to say it's not a good idea, but I do that all the time.
Well, if we are not 100% sure that she cannot go back, then perhaps it is best not to... What is the expression? Sprinkle on your marching band.
Rain on her parade?
Oh, yes, that is it.
Yeah. See, I see where you're coming from, Constance, but wouldn't it be cruel to let her have that hope when we know it's not possible? Shouldn't we at least warn her that maybe it won't work?
I mean, I believe we should present it as a possibility, but I don't think it would be wise to just say, no, it will not work.
No, we will actually need to go to the Seven Hand and see for ourselves, but I don't want her to spend this whole time believing she can go home and then get there and be devastated.
These are much larger decisions than I am used to making. I think I may need a glass of water.
Yeah. I'm sorry, I love Constance and Azara, who wouldn't know a healthy coping mechanism if it punched them.
Nope.
Trying to figure out how to break bad news to somebody.
The Emerald Caravan doesn't understand healthy coping mechanisms. Find out in season 3 how they get over their shit.
Or don't, as the case may be.
Oops.
Probably not. I love to think this
well.
is the perfect time for Constance to run into Fenris, like doing what I do. It's like, it's like midnight, and like he's like totally making a thing of like noodles and like on the stove like I do. It's like midnight. I'm about to watch some wild YouTube videos about history, making my noodles, and like there's some tea brewing.
I mean, I was gonna say I wanted Constance to like bump into Fenris on the way to the bathroom or something.
This is perfect.
So yeah, Constance goes to get a drink of water and runs into Fenris.
Hello, Constance. I didn't think you'd be up. Did I wake you? I'm so sorry.
Oh, no, it is just that I am quite parched having to deal with moral dilemmas. I am avoiding them.
Just the wide-eyed. You too, huh? Just, would you like tea instead? I find tea helps more with moral dilemmas.
Oh, sure.
Would you like to sit and talk about your moral dilemmas? My noodles still need to cook all the way through.
Sure. I do hope Azara's not waiting up for me.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, it is okay. I would rather take a seat and not address things.
In my experience, I've been finding not addressing things has been not great, and Oleander's got me thinking perhaps it's better if we talk about our issues.
Well, must we address things tonight at this very moment?
No, for now. Slides forward gently. Tea.
Thank you. How did you know I like chamomile?
Lucky guess.
How fortuitous.
Yes, indeed. And how are you feeling? I know you took quite a lump that last fight.
Oh, my neck feels a little stiff, but I am sure it will go away with a night's rest. How are you?
Physically, didn't get harmed at all. Surprisingly, I managed to avoid harm in that whole endeavor. We'll leave it at the physically part.
Oh, okay. I am glad that you are not gone.
Of course not. Why would I be gone?
Well, when you were not there and we found you to go fight, I thought at first you had left.
Oh. I'm sorry about that.
Oh, no, it is okay. You did not. It is okay.
I did kind of run off without saying anything, and that wasn't fair to you or everyone else. So I am sorry. I thought I saw someone I knew. Someone who shouldn't be alive.
Oh. Are you being haunted by a ghost?
No, just memories at this point.
Oh. Well, I'm very sorry to hear that. But I am very glad that you are still alive and still here, and that you did not leave, because people have been leaving, and I I must admit I am not fond of it.
I'm sorry people have been leaving. I hope it wasn't me who's been driving people away. If I have.
Oh no, the first one died, and then the second one
Oh yes,
was
I am so
arrested, and then yeah.
Constance, ever since when you first met me, after everything that happened in Shiverdelve, I really didn't want to continue onward. I didn't really have any sense of purpose. I was filled with despair, but then you and your friends welcomed me into your caravan, so to speak, and I've been finding that the more time I spend with you, the more I feel like I have a purpose. And instead of despair, I find myself feeling a little more hope every day. And he kind of like, if you let him, he will gently grab your hand. I have no desire to leave the Emerald Caravan as long as you still want me here.
Constance will just full on grab his hand with both of hers and be like, "Oh, thank goodness, I could not bear it if another person left."
I swear to you, I promise I will not leave unless you want me to. Which I would understand given everything. I am a bit of a hazard to myself and others.
Well, I suppose I cannot speak for the rest of the caravan, but I would very much like you to stay.
He kind of like, little smile, and kind of just like, ooh. And he just kind of like, well then, as I had told you before, Oleander, as long as she's also here, I will be staying around anyway, so.
And Constance will like pull her hands back and do a big blush, like, "Oh yes, of course."
But it brings me great joy to know that you, at least one of the others, you want my presence here. It's different to feel wanted for once. Spend some time.
Oh, well, this tea was quite lovely, thank you. I should try to go to bed.
Oh, yes, me too. Totally looking back towards his meditation room, not with like, a whole stack of like J's rolled up, like he's gonna be up for a while. Yes, I should get to bed too. Thank you, Constance. And as I said, I plan to stay, and that's my promise to you.
Oh. Good night.
Good night. Pleasant dreams.
You too. Awkward walk away.
Awooga!
Just shuffle away,
All
bursts back into the
aboard!
room. Izara, I feel my face is flushed. Am I ill?
Are you ill? It's been like 2 minutes. Are you okay? What happened?
My cheeks are so red. I just had a cup of tea with Fenris. Maybe it was the tea. I should go to sleep.
I don't think it was the tea, honey. You do look a little red.
Good night.
Good night.
Just hide under
Fantastic.
covers.
Amazing.
Azara has to give Fenris a shovel talk.
Oleander times Verwin.
So I guess Oleander will probably come to check in on Verwin at some point. You'll just get like a sort of gentle knock at your door.
I didn't even realize I had a room. I'd been a cat up until now, so all of a sudden I needed accommodations. I will come and answer the door. Yes, hello. Oh, Oleander, hello.
Good Abend, Viovan. I hope I'm not disturbing you. I just wanted to check in.
Oh, yes, I'm fine. Please come in. I'd love to chat. It's just there's been a lot of information, and I love to learn, but sometimes it just is a lot in the space of a week.
I'm sure it has been overwhelming. I know I can't begin to imagine what it is you are going through.
It's all right. Your concern is very touching. Thank you. I think once I understand why Father sent me here to find Izara, and once I can go back home and just get everything taken care of, it will be okay. That I just need to focus on getting that done and then going home. But being here with you all has made the transition much easier.
Well, I'm glad to do whatever I can to help in the meantime. I know you had said things have been a little overwhelming, so I thought maybe actually you might like to relax with something a little more casual and contemporary. And she'll hold out a small book that she brought in with her.
Hands out immediately. Just big. Like, give me hands.
This is one of my favorites. It is called The Merchants, the Marquess, and the Mage. It's a Hagardi classic. I think you might enjoy it.
Okay.
It's essentially an Everencia Bronte sisters, like, classic romance novel that's like, it'll be like a good kind of way actually for Veruin to get some like modern insight into like just things. Because modern literature is a good way to learn.
It's true. She thumbs through. Now I'm understanding most of this, but can I come to you if I struggle with any of the conjugations or anything like this?
Oh, yeah, of course. Literally any time. I sort of don't sleep at all, so I will always be more or less available if you have any questions about anything, really.
I sort of meditate and go into a meditative state instead of sleeping, but you just do not sleep?
No.
Is that something Sorry,
I'm sorry.
No, I was just going to ask if that was something I shouldn't have spoken about.
Oh, no, it is okay. I suppose you could say I had a sort of accident a few months ago, and, well, everybody else knows, so I might as well. I sort of died and came back, and since then I don't need to do some things that normal people do.
I mean, I could see the usefulness. And, I mean, I'm sorry for your accident, but, I mean, economically speaking, you do have some extra funds in your pocket. I'm assuming if you do not sleep, you also do not eat, maybe?
I do not. I cannot, actually. It makes me quite ill now. Same with breathing.
How interesting.
Some of my magic has sort of been altered as well, so I understand, based on seeing you in battles, that you seem to be quite accomplished in some levels of wizardry, and I would be more than glad to, go over some more modern arcane changes. There has been a lot in the millennia since, you were studying, but unfortunately I will be a little limited in what I can show you myself now.
No, you seem very accomplished, and the fact that you can use, golems and such.
So, That has nothing to do with my wizardry, unfortunately.
Oh, no? Well, then yes, I would love to learn more.
Well, I would be glad to teach you what I can about that aspect of my magic when I learn more myself. But I did study at the Oprix Academy, specifically in arcane theory, so I'm sure we will be able to have many wonderful discussions. I'm very interested in the things you can do. I have never seen casting like that.
I would love to share them with you. And you can tell just you're saying the name of this university. And obviously, Virwin understands that that is a big deal, but it just goes straight over her head, the importance of it. She just kind of smiles and nods, being like, wow, amazing.
If it's Oprix, you probably knew Oprix in life as well.
Oh, did I? Okay.
Yeah, she was a mentor of your father. Not a mentor, an apprentice of your father's.
Oh, okay. Oh, I actually, I know that name.
Oh, well, that's what makes sense, I suppose.
Yeah, so she's a mentor. Damn it, Alex, you fucked me up. She was a student of father's. I never interacted
Really?
with her much. Yes, but I've seen her around sometimes.
Oh, well, you will be in for perhaps quite a treat then whenever we are able to make it back to Rensron. The Academy is actually one of the very few Elfenheim architectural structures still standing, and Oprix's descendants still run it, so...
Amazing. I very much look forward to going and seeing that. It'll be nice
I would love to give you a tour.
I would love a tour, and I would love to teach you just sort of how we cast. The way that magic I've noticed is casted now is very focused, whereas it's more instinctual when I come from. So it's, I don't know, it's interesting. It's interesting to watch, especially since I have not seen so many of these races before.
I'm sure it has been very overwhelming.
Put mildly, yes, but not so bad. The werewolves are new. I did not like them as a cat, and I thought that was just because I was a cat, but no, I just don't think I like them.
Well, like any, people really, it depends on the individual. Fenris is a werewolf, and he is a good person.
That is true. Wait, did I know Fenris was a werewolf? Hold on.
Yeah, we were.
You saw him totally.
Oh, that's right. Okay. I was like, wait a second, hold on.
And he
it's
also
a lot
mentioned
to learn.
Yeah, no, and he had mentioned it directly to you too. But yeah, there's a lot of information going on for Virwin.
Yeah, for both Virwin and Kate right now.
Yes, there's just a lot happening. Okay, cool. Virwin would remember that. I didn't. Oh, that's true. No, I understand that. Yeah, maybe it was just those other ones.
Those werewolves were Arschlechet, it's true. Fuck those guys.
I like that phrase. Wait, I've never heard that phrase. Say it again.
Which one? Fuck those guys?
Yes, that one.
Oh, well, you might be hearing it a lot in the near future. It has been a time.
Fuck those guys. Amazing. I'm going to teach everyone when I get home.
Oh my gosh, I can't believe that is like the first thing I taught you.
You taught me conjugations and derivatives first.
Yeah, but this is the first thing you have been excited to learn.
I'm excited to learn everything, but slang is the best. Colloquialisms are the best.
Well, I know some great ones in High Gothic. Now that you have thumbs and humanoid taste buds again, maybe tomorrow I can buy you something nice to drink and teach you some more.
That sounds lovely. I tried once to go into a pub and get a glass of wine, and no one would serve me because I was a cat.
Well, that's just rude.
I know. Anyway, do you mind if I read this out loud? Do you mind listening and correcting my pronunciation?
No, of course not. I'm more than happy to help any way I can.
Perfect. Just the first couple chapters then I'll let you go. And I'll just
I have
start
time.
reading the book out loud.
Aw. Alana will settle in and is probably a little unsettling at times because since she doesn't breathe and she's just like watching you, like she's just kind of not moving at all.
So it's like talking to Byleth in Three Houses.
You know, every now and then she'll like nod or like, you know, correct something, but then it's like she might as well be like a skeleton in the chair almost.
A doll. Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of unsettling. You get
Creepy.
used to it.
I love it.
All right. Azara wanted to talk to Verwin, but if Verwin is reading, it might be best to wait, but it's up to y'all. So
I mean,
Fenris first anyway.
go for it.
Eating his
It'll be
noodles.
We have a
I
light
need
scene.
about 10 minutes for one last thing, so
Okay.
that's it.
So I'll go to his meditation nook.
You may enter.
Hi, Fenris.
Oh, hi, Uzara. Before you begin, I am so sorry about what happened in Hex. Wait, you weren't there, never mind.
I don't really know what happened in Hex. I spoke with the moon briefly, and that's about what I got from that.
That's right. Then never mind. Apology rescinded.
What? Why is the moon in all forms the way that it is? One of them couldn't be genuinely helpful. There's three.
Well, there's one, I suppose. But that's if you're a magic user and use arcane magic. That's the only time it seems to be helpful ever. But yeah, the moon sucks.
Yeah, well, the actual deities are just generally unpleasant.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, many deities, even when they are seen as good, can be unpleasant themselves.
Fair enough. But that isn't why I came to chat with you.
Oh, I was getting very excited for a talk about philosophy and religion, but yeah, go ahead.
Constance just came back to her room. She seemed somewhat flustered.
Oh shit! Just like a little blush, like oh, flustered.
She said she thought she might be sick. Do you know what happened?
She came out. She wanted to talk to me for a bit. She was already flustered when she had left the room. She had told me she was ignoring some problems, which is a very common thing that we really need to chat about that.
Yeah.
And then I gave her some chamomile tea and we chatted a bit and then she went to bed. She seemed fine when I spoke to her.
Mm-hmm. Is Cyrus blushing? Does he look?
Oh yeah, he's like being a bit sheepish, like he's purposefully trying to divert like the obvious, like mentioning silly off topic, like getting off topic on purpose. Like he kind of preemptively knew too why Azar was here, hence the let's get into the semantics about the moons. Yes, please.
Yeah, Azara is not strong, but she does have those people skills.
That wisdom, the vibe check.
I got wisdom, I got charisma.
Yeah, Fenris has shit for charisma, so you can't like nah. Did I say something to offend her? If I did, I am very sorry. I thought I was very tame.
No, I don't think she was upset. Fenris, I like you, and I consider you a friend. But Constance, aside from myself, she's all that's left of the original caravan. We started this journey together. She's probably my closest friend. Closest anything, considering that everybody I ever knew before this is dead now.
I can sympathize.
So, if you do something to hurt her, you answer to me.
I would never. I'm sorry if.
I'm sorry, what were you lying?
What?
What were you lying?
What do you mean?
Fenris, I have never met anybody who hates themselves more than you do.
All right, what is it? What do you want to know?
You have to be more careful. Everybody has to be more careful. You have to be more careful.
Fenrir's having this chat for like the third time now. I know.
Yeah, you say you know, but knowing and doing are different things.
You're absolutely correct, and I'm sorry to have caused anyone distress, and I would never do anything to hurt Constance. Quite truthfully, I was making the promise to her that I wouldn't ever leave her again. And I was telling her how much this caravan means to me.
Well, that's very sweet, Fenris, but you know that hurting yourself hurts Constance, right?
I didn't realize that. Or at least I didn't stop to think. You're right, and I don't want to hurt Constance. All right, I'll take better care of myself and try not to seek out harm. It's very difficult to explain what exactly happened without getting into personal details.
You don't have to share anything with me you're not comfortable sharing. But when you care about someone and you see them in pain, it hurts.
It does. You're right.
And when I see my friends, people I care about, throwing their lives away, that hurts too.
I understand. I just... are you still haunted by the dead sometimes? Not the way Oleander would have the dead haunt you, but perhaps...
Every moment. Every day. Always. From when I wake up, when I go to sleep, in my dreams, all the time.
I say every last one of the names of everyone in my enclave who died every night before I lay my head down to sleep. And yet, I am still haunted by the dead.
Fenris, I've been carrying ghosts with me since I was 10 years old. And I just keep finding more.
And let's say there was a chance that one of those ghosts was not a ghost. You probably would have done the same thing that I did. Doesn't make it okay, but I want you to know I wasn't acting out of a will to die. I was acting out of a... I thought someone who was dead was alive for a moment, and...
You're right, Fenris. I would have done the exact same thing.
I know better now. Next time I will call the necromancer, the expert in these matters. And
Fenris, I wasn't talking about what happened in Hex. I wasn't there. I don't know what you saw. I was a little bit late to that particular encounter, as you'll recall. I'm not talking about the big things. I'm not talking about those random moments in combat when you forget yourself. I'm talking about the little things, the little moments, the everyday unkindnesses you do to yourself and to the people around you. Saying that you'll stop those big moments, that's all well and good, but big moments kill, little moments erode.
just very like just he's like definitely processing everything you're saying, very much the face like making some funny shapes, eyebrows doing the math a little bit. You are a very strong person, Izara Solaris. And
If
I
it
am
helps, I'm also a massive hypocrite.
Oh, you too, huh?
Yeah.
That
See,
still
it's easy.
doesn't detract from your inner strength.
Well, thank you, Fenris. It's easier to tell people what to do than to do it yourself sometimes.
Ain't that the truth? I will need to reflect on your words, certainly, but I do think you're correct. I mean, like, talking with Oleander, you're just confirming what Faye said to me. I need to be kinder to myself. And you should be kinder to yourself.
Like I said, easier to tell somebody else what to do.
Oh, of course. And I appreciate how you watch out for your friends. It's hard to come by loyalty such as yours in this world.
I don't have much left to be loyal to.
Neither do I. So let's be loyal to each other moving forward.
Agreed. And Fenris, speaking from experience, ghosts don't go away. But sometimes they do get quieter. It helps when there are other living people with you. And I'll walk away.
Damn it.
Damn it, that's so cool.
Damn it, that was he's just like, damn it, that was
All
good.
right, I want to leave time for one last thing tonight. So if Azara and Berwin can get pushed to the next session.
Yeah, I can
think
wait.
That's cool. Okay.
That'll probably be a scene that needs some time because
Gotcha.
I'm going to bring up the fact that
Gotcha.
home might not be there.
Absolutely. So
Yikes.
as you are all snuggling in, bunk buddies side by side, the rest of you have your own room that Talagas has laid out for you as usual for the night. You drift off to sleep pretty easily tonight. It's not hard. The time drain from Hex and Verwin, especially you, like all that time is kind of catching up to you and you feel like you have jet lag basically. You're all sleeping soundly in your beds at around maybe 1 a.m., 2 a.m. You hear the front door just bust open and slam against the back. Talagast, you hear his voice yell out from the base of the building. Please, I need your help. And before you know it, you're kind of instinctively out of your seats, or out of your beds rather. And you're running down the stairs and the lifts, and you find him, and he's standing there. He has blood across one side of his face. You thought he was in bed, but you're not sure why he was up. He says, "Please, I need your help. There was a murder." And he begins running into the night.
There's been a murder.
There's been a murder.
We follow. I have my lance.
Okay.
You have my lance. You have
And
my sword.
Everybody in agreement here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have my bunk.
And then there's Oleander. You have my skeletons.
You have my cane.
You have your murder.
Yeah, you have the dead.
The
So you
victim
run
comes
off.
back to enact revenge.
You run off into the night behind Talagast. You're losing his cobalt blue robes as he rounds corner to corner. The only thing that's keeping track is the back of his bright blue robes. You run all the way to the castle of Lord Leon Breyer that you have previously met. Out front, you see a guard just decapitated, dead, blood across the stairs. Talagast pushes you through into the foyer where you had dinner previously, most of you, with the Lord and the Queen, or not the Queen, the lady herself. You see another dead body across the table. You recognize this as one of the other employees of the establishment.
I fear we have been
yells.
misled. There have been several murders.
Talagast yells, "That's him. He did it. and you see a figure in red robes standing over yet another body down the hallway. The figure in red robes runs out into the night, back down the hallway, further into the chamber. And Talagas falls onto one knee. He says, I'll be fine, but please, please help him. What do you all do?
Help who? Is anyone still alive and in danger of not being very soon?
There are very dead individuals in this chamber.
Oh,
Okay,
no.
but nobody that is I can save?
Nope.
Shit.
Help who?
The Lord, he's going to be murdered.
Where is he?
Just take
Hey.
off following the figure.
He points towards the figure running down the hallway.
Javelin of Faith?
As you do that, he rounds the corner, and as you are following this individual through the night in this dark hallway, you do see these crimson robes, and it's similar to following Talagas, his bright blue robes. Now you are chasing these dark red, crimson, scarlet robes as he rounds the corner. You're chasing this individual, but he's fast, maybe magically fast. Even the fastest of you are having a hard time keeping up.
This smells like a trap to me, so I'm going to throw up a shield of faith on myself, on Constance, and on Fenris.
Absolutely.
I want to teleport in front of him.
As you have the sense of that coming to your head, you teleport in front of him and stop him right as he rounds the corner again through a set of double doors. You see a man as he falls in front of you, and he just runs into your body basically and falls down in front of you. He's bleeding from his stomach, the assassin himself, and you look under his hood and you see brown hair and a solid brown mustache slowly turned up at the ends. Handsome, but unfortunately he seems to know it. His dark eyes give the impression that he will make you any promise under the sun. Oleander, this is Isidore.
Fuck, I knew it!
Oh.
Oh shit.
Do we want him
Happy
to be
birthday.
bleeding from the stomach?
Yes.
Just say the word,
As far as
Sam.
I know.
Say the
I
word,
mean-
he's dead.
Do we want to interrogate him first? Although you can interrogate him once he's dead.
Oh, the minute Oleander says who it is, Fenris is going into big bro mode.
Yeah, do we all see him, or is it just sort of Verwin who he's like ran into?
Yep, you all catch up into the chamber.
Ah.
You're now in the throne
Look.
room.
Turner, get over here!
You're now in the throne room of this lord.
I
the
don't
Lord
know
of
who
Briar.
this is.
Nor do
so
I.
Yeah.
I'm
Nobody
going
would
to
recognize him. No,
Yeah, I have
Oleander
no
can
idea.
actually show.
not in danger of bleeding out because I do think we need to interrogate him. I'm not going to heal him like fully because I still want him to be weak. We can kick his ass if we need to. But I'm just enough so he's not, in immediate danger of dying.
Oleander, what are you doing?
Yeah, I think like the moment the sort of hood falls down and you can see his face. For one thing, Ida, who is with us, growls, which like the party has never heard her do before. Like she is a well-trained service dog. She does not growl at people. And Oleander just sort of like stiffens, and whoever is nearby can hear like the bones in Fair Hand crack with the like strength that she's gripping her cane.
Oh.
And she just goes, You have some gall to show your face to me again. And she's gonna just sort of stride over and like just smack him across the face with her cane. Like even
Nice.
while Azar is trying to heal this person bleeding out, Oleander's just like hockey sticking him across the face.
As
Correct.
between hits and slaps of Isidore, he does choke out. It's good to see you too, my sweet flower.
Give me one good
Wow.
reason I should not reduce you to a pile of ashen bones right now.
He leans his head back on the floor and says, "I'll give you a good one." And as Verwin and Fenris, at that same moment that he says that, you feel a cold cylinder pressed into the back of your skull as your skull is kind of pushed forward a little bit, and you hear, "Please halt," behind you.
Silver barrel, you say?
Are we getting arrested?
You turn around and you see a man wearing crimson red leather armor. A half mask is pulled over his mouth, a silver ponytail, dazzling blue eyes, two steam-crafted guns pointed towards you. As you spin around, he lowers the guns. 1,000-yard stare surrounds his eyes. As the guns clatter to the floor, Soren Silverthorn stares back at you.
Yay!
Do I punch him?
Wait!
I punch him?
Oh no!
Soren?
Tentative yay!
Tentative yay.
Does he recognize us?
As soon as the guns clatter, he immediately runs towards like probably Azara and Constance and just gives them a big hug, like around both of them.
Yep. And probably some crying happening.
You have to like pry Constance off of you.
I had forgotten about the man on the floor. I am now just crying at Soren.
He gently hugs both of you and he kind of presses his forehead against Azara if she lets him, and just kind of sits there for a moment before he has to pick up his guns back off the ground, and he strides forward to the rest of them and helps Isidore off the ground.
Olander's like just sort of still holding her cane, like she's about to maybe hit him again, like she had stopped when the guns came out pretty much. What is going on?
I'm sorry it had to be this way. Can I have the box that was mine?
Who has it?
Yeah.
Julie still have it?
Olander has it actually.
Wait, no. Did we give it to Magnessa?
No, she has the
She gave it back
locket,
to her.
but
Yeah,
Elise
she's
was like,
locket.
hold on to the box.
says a
Olander
lot.
just sort of glares at like Soren for a little bit before doing anything. What were you saying?
Just
Fenrir?
says the word, and that punk there, sort of lights, is nothing more than charred.
I want some answers first. But Olander will like call Ida back over and will pull the shards of the box out because it had been sort of destroyed. Olander doesn't have mending, which she will remind Soren as she hands it over. Go, I would have fixed this, but you know I can't.
Soren immediately, what the fuck, guys?
It wasn't us.
How did you get out of the tunnels?
You really thought I was gonna die in the tunnels?
No.
Yes.
Must say, red's not your color, friend.
I think it looks alright. It's not my best.
It's not.
I'm more of a pale blue kind of guy. I get it, but work needs to be done tonight, and please the box if you're so willing.
Yours. I don't want it. I don't want anything to do with any of you. She's like looking between Soren and Isidore now.
Soren takes the box and he strides over to the throne of the Lord Briar, where you now see in the dark lit chamber, or the dark unlit chamber, that Lord Briar is tied to his throne.
No.
Soren presses the gun to the temple of Lord Briar, and that's where we will end tonight's session.
Azara's not just gonna let this happen, okay? She's trying to get between them.
Oh,
I
God.
teleported once, I can do that shit again.
Oh, God. All right.
We will,
oh, boy.
Goes.
Oh, no.
Oh, Chris!
Oh,
What is
no.
Chris, damn it.
Chris!
Sorry.
That was like
Ah.
5 last things.
That was a lot
One
of
last
last
thing.
things.
Yeah, that was a lot of last things.
That was a big last thing.
Yeah, shit.
Well, Soren's alive. That's good
yeah.
news, right?
Oh, I'm so happy
Like
he's
half of the
not
party?
for long.
I don't
All
even
right,
know
well.
how to handle that right now. I'm just gonna go into
Oh,
shock and then go to
That's a
sleep.
lot. We'll
Not
figure it out
happy.
next week. We got a week.
I have a week to prepare my guilt trip.
It's gonna be
Nice.
so good. Olander's so mad! Fuck that guy, y'all.
Look, say the word. Say the word. You don't even have to get your hands like ekery. I could just.
Oh my god. Yeah, I do think, by the way, like, as she was getting mad, like, her eyes were, like, darkening and those veins were kind of starting to crawl out again. She mad. Like, y'all have seen Olander angry, but, like, this is, like, beyond anything any of you have seen.
Soren, you need new friends, my guy.
Seriously.
Help him make new friends.
I'm
gonna
Oh,
spoil
we
it
were
right
the
now.
new friends.
I'm gonna spoil it right now. The beginning of next session is a social encounter with Soren, convincing him not to shoot the Lord in the head.
Fuck.
pretty
Okay, I'm
awesome,
sitting that
though.
one out with my.
So prepare
Charisma.
your.
Wait, 6. Never.
I have cure wounds ready, locked and loaded. If Soren even twitches towards the trigger, I'm casting it. Maybe I don't know if it can prevent a gunshot wound. We'll see.
Well, we'll go through the social encounter and its barricades next week. I
I'm
guess.
saying right now,
whatever.
Eleanor's probably not going to be much help, y'all. Just
Mhm.
Good thing I have a high charisma.
What happened to wanting to be
Unfortunately-
better, Soren?
Mhm.
What happened,
He'll
Soren?
tell you if you ask him, but for now, that's the end of the session. So
I don't
Alright,
know.
we
Eleanor's
gotta
kind of like
do-
fucking do it, so I don't feel bad about killing all of you.
I'm sorry,
No.
my friends. It had to happen.
It didn't though, Chris. It didn't.
We still have to do a giveaway if I'm not
Oh
mistaken.
yeah.
Right.
I
Who
feel so
stuck
sad right
around?
now.
Oh,
Okay,
my
yeah, let's do a giveaway.
feelings. Yeah, let me
We've
get
got- It says 14 viewers.
15
So,
on my end.
oh,
here.
okay. Well, I'm looking at the users. I'm gonna let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Okay, I'm gonna
Thinking we roll for it.
Yeah, I'm gonna roll a d20 and hope that it lands between 1 and 14.
Also, just everyone's like, what the fuck is going on here?
Right?
We got
What movie is that
5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Sigalo.
Sigalo, that's my friend. I know them. Thank you for coming to watch.
Sigalo
But
gets
also
a
makes
set of
shipping
dice.
easy.
We're doing
That's
2,
awesome.
right?
Yeah, we
yes,
got 2.
yes.
Did someone write this
like-
down?
Oh, Verwin is
Got it.
Timon in The Lion King when Nala and Simba run into each other after all those years. He's like, can someone please explain to me what's going on here?
Correct.
Hey, at
Literally
least Soren
Okay.
hugged y'all before. He could have just strode past you.
I like to
That's
imagine
before I
the
have
gun
to
was
punch
very firmly
1,
pressed
2,
against
3,
Fenris's
4,
head.
5, 6, 7, 8. Keeper GFA.
Yeah,
Keep your
Faye, you have won
GFA,
a set
you
of
are a
heartbeat
winner.
dice.
Yes, please message us somewhere and we
You-
will arrange for dice.
You can message me either on Twitter at Mr. Puddins. If you're in the Discord, you can direct message any of the admins. I guess there's a direct message function on Twitch, but
There is, but it sucks.
it sucks.
See,
donkey
yeah, I'll hook
balls.
you up. I'll take care of that.
And then yeah, just let us know. We'll get that all squared away. Thanks for everyone who stopped by. Thanks for the raids.
Seriously.
Woo woo!
I missed some of the names in the raids because I was too busy being emotionally thrashed by my friends.
Yeah.
Mm.
Seriously, thank you everybody. This has been just definitely, absolutely, hands down the best birthday I've had in like the last 3 years. So it's been really nice getting to spend it with all of you. And we've raised at this point well over $100 for Able Gamers tonight.
Oh,
Heck
to your
yeah.
donations.
Yeah.
Like we'll total up the bits and the subs, and we'll post in our Discord or on our Twitter once we get like a figure. Oh, my necklace is falling off. It's full of my ex. So thank you, seriously. It means a lot, and it's all gonna go towards a really good cause. So
Yeah.
we appreciate it, everybody. It means so much. It's been a good birthday.
That's our plug. And then
That's
also
our plug, yeah.
yeah, and then also you can direct donate at Able Gamers website. I had it pulled up here. I don't right now.
It's linked in the panel as well.
Yeah, well, I can keep it up in the panel for the rest of the week. We'll probably tweet out about them as well. So if
Yeah.
you didn't have a chance to donate tonight because payday ain't here yet, I get it. That paycheck to paycheck life. So and if you decide to do that later, you might not get your praises sung, but you can feel good about yourself at least. That counts for something.
I will appreciate it, surely.
We'll sing your praises, yeah.
We
Yeah.
will sing your praises. Fenris knows. Don't ask how. He knows.
All right. Do we got any shrimps to raid?
Shrimps.
Oh, wait, are we
Shrimp,
down
shrimp,
right now?
shrimp, shrimp.
Oh, no,
let
they're
me
up.
check. I'm going through because I was
Thank
like,
God,
oh, we
yeah.
could actually rate a tabletop thing.
Pick her up.
What?
No.
Nah.
No.
Then, but
We
then
need shrimps after that ending. I mean,
that's true. We do need the. All right.
everyone needs to recover with
Shrimps are crustaceans. They kind of look like bugs, so if you don't like it, don't stick in the chat.
Yeah, that's
But they
true.
are-
Content warning for shellfish.
But they are adorable.
Go for it.
Neocardinia shrimp are fucking adorable. I keep and breed them myself. They're so fun. They're pretty comedic, honestly.
All right, happy birthday, Sam.
Happy birthday, Sam!
Wait, we gotta
Thank you, Emma.
attempt the birthday song over Zoom with the delay.
Oh my
It's gonna go
God.
great. All right.
Birthday.
Three, 2, 1. Happy birthday
Happy
to
birthday
Sam.
to you.
Happy
Happy
birthday
birthday
to Sam. Happy birthday to Sam.
Happy
I'm just
Happy
pressing the
birthday
raid
to
button. Oh
Sam.
my god, that sounds terrible.
Raid.
Bye.